all you do is try to defend everyone, and sometimes you get large chunks of yourself cut out.
Or it feels like something's missing.
Large chunks of yourself.
Are you live?
Now we're live.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, people can hear us now. Hello, people.
Oh, jeez.
Hi. It's good to see you.
Can they see us too?
Yeah, they can see us too. It's
parts of us.
Can you see my hand through Tracy?
It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work quite like that. It's
It's not how reality works.
Unfortunately.
Right.
It's those tricks. Is you just have to have things that don't move behind them. Then it looks like they're invisible. We can.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, one
Is there
day.
anybody here?
Not yet.
Perfect.
Not
But
yet.
people-
Perfect. That's right where we want them.
Not here.
But we are.
It's just that we're not doing it for them.
We are being recorded. So
That's right.
Oh, so don't talk shit about our fans.
So-
we love you guys.
Exactly.
Well, one of the things that I'm want to try to mess with is I was looking at some keyword stuff, and there's some openings that we could try doing some niches related to what D&D is, and so I'm not saying too much because I don't yet know what it's going to look like, but the recordings are really helpful to me to make those things happen. So,
Neat.
yeah.
Let's see. Well, we've gotten some people that have liked our social promotion.
Well, thank you for liking us.
So that's we're just gonna keep drumming that up left and right.
One of them
This
is
is
me.
from last week.
I know one of them is me. So there we are.
6 people like this.
Right. Well then, but let's get
I have liked it 6 times on all of my different accounts.
That's great. That's great, right?
I'm retweeting.
My
comments.
next move, Reds, is to actually start pushing it out on my Facebook too and stuff like that. Because you're saying, right? You start to ladder up. But for posterity's sake, if nothing else, let us recap our exciting time.
Speaking of getting better at things.
Yes, everybody's slightly getting better because, dear friends, the party was making their way towards Dryport on the Blue Gamble, a boat that they had, I think, very diplomatically requisitioned.
Procured,
reasonably procured, from Captain Derek. Derek?
No.
No.
Durkin.
Durkin.
It's
He's
he's got the voice as well.
He's gone.
But you gotta
Yeah.
quit with the
It's
right? Like a short-term memory is fucking shot, man.
It rhymes with jerkin. That's what it is. Which is funny, though, because he had a fate later on, didn't he? But so, yes, Captain Durkin, who became your first mate, Durkin. That was a fine little affair. And the sailors, of course, Christine and their cousin Job. As you're making your way down, you realize that you wanted to avoid Borge very generously for the DM's sake, and ended up in a little inlet where you were beset upon by some kind of a fey spirit mud creature, later called mud mephits, or so it is said.
Dirty merfolk.
Yeah, dirty merfolk. The true power of Varys's animal shape had just started to cohese then. It was a taste of things to come.
A literal taste of mud.
Actually, that is true.
Gross.
Yes. After taking on fresh supplies, you head on down the coast even further, where after a night's rest and a very interesting, fitful interlude that Idol had.
Also that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Wrong
Yeah.
one.
In a mild, I don't want to say altercation, just a coming of
It was just a talk. It was just a nice talk.
suspended over water.
We
Varys
just
still has a line on his neck from where he was being held.
That's right. I think that's all great. Yes, it's you made your way further down. Yes, and then you were ambushed by seemed like some pretty gregarious set of pirates. There was some bit of code of the sea. It seemed like they were going to let you off with just a little bit of booty taking until
Yeah, they were.
until suddenly they were crushed by a bunch of Sahaugen, which you may or may not have pissed off earlier, Mr. Bardic Boot. The Nemefish system may have caught up to you in that particular moment. But then, after everybody was slaughtered, after a great tremor, what was it? Tremor fist? Shockwave?
Thunder wave.
So I did
Thunder fist
Earth-
seems
the
odd.
Thunderwave and
There was
then
a
yeah, the
quake
tremor.
thingy.
You
broke the boat.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go
You
with
broke the boat. That's what
Thunder Fist from here on out.
That's what Yo, Thunder fist. Which was awesome. And then there was a whole bunch of destruction that followed. And somehow, first mate Durkin ended up dead. That was a very weird development.
Yeah. Somehow got the one of our other NPCs, Christine, somehow got the impression that this was something we wanted her to do.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Misinformed, no doubt. Misguided though she may have been.
Yeah, rewarded though she will certainly be.
Rewarded. That's awesome. However, that was where Jaflash finally hit the breaking point and inflicted some damage.
It seemed nefarious.
It seemed nefarious and Ricard. Yeah,
Not like monsters trying to murder your friends nefarious.
No.
But
No.
much
I
worse.
feel
People
like
trying
those
to
guys
murder.
are really just like misguided. I mean, it's cold. The ocean's cold.
Right. That's
Hold
very
Christine
good.
to higher standards.
I
get it.
do
Yeah.
really like.
You know what? She just saw her twin brother get his throat ripped out
So
right
kill
in front
your
of
captain.
her. So she's clearly in a state of distress.
I know,
She
that's-
can't be held
she's-
fully responsible for her actions.
I don't. That you know what? That doesn't fly.
It doesn't
Wow.
swim. Well, yes, it's
It doesn't
so.
breathe either.
Doesn't
Anyway.
breathe either. However, you did a wonderful gesture because you did, in fact, give all of the crew and probably some parts of Sahaugen a nice Viking or a Indian burial at sea, which was great. And then, right before that, though, you had also pulled a bunch of, well, a bunch is being overly generous, some treasure off of the pirates' vessel and Captain. God. Captain
Captain
Ivanovich
Rhymes with jerk-
Krumach. Captain Krumach was like, "Hey, you saved my life. That's the code of the open sea. You are able to take this stuff. I owe you my life, friends." And that's where we are. I'm actually gonna, like I said, I'm gonna walk back a little bit, having you guys walk across the plains right now. However, here we find ourselves, party, with a burning vessel, romantically offshore. Just the light of the dirge, the funeral pyre, if you will, is casting a nice light.
The smell of burning flesh.
Yeah. And then here you are, Blue Gamble. You do still have Christine, and you have Cousin Job, and you have Captain Krumach, who basically is saying, what are we going to do here, friends?
I feel like we need to figure out the Christine situation because she's still unconscious right now, isn't she?
She is.
So I guess I'm Jaflash's best pal. So what did she do, Jaflash? Why'd you hit her?
She killed the captain.
Hey, look at me. I'm not here.
I'm looking at Christine
Oh,
lying
right,
on the
okay.
lying on the
Okay.
the poop deck.
Well, Christine says,
I mean, a lot of people have killed a lot of people today.
It seemed like it just seemed really weird to have someone like if you were to have killed one of our mates here.
What do you propose?
I don't know.
Is there like a law
She's
of the
probably
sea?
she's probably redeemable. Maybe we should have a talk with her.
You know what she needs is more responsibility. I think that would probably set her straight. If she had, really the weight of the world on her shoulders, she certainly wouldn't let us down.
That sounds convincing. Just to move on from the labor point.
So, Krumach,
yes.
the sleeping woman at your feet,
Is she really asleep?
yes, quite well put to bed.
Odd sudden nap. All right, go ahead.
The battle just exhausted her.
Right. We all tuck in.
And she, as you know, is my most trusted first mate. And we would love to entrust the ship to her keeping while we are gone. Would you respect her command while we are ashore?
No, I would not.
Oh, okay. Well, when you usurp her command
Yes.
and establish yourself as captain of the ship, would you stay here and wait for us to return?
Yes. And I will do my best also not to kill her.
We've reached an accord.
Is it a normal thing with you people?
That's about as good as we could have expected it to go.
Yes, Captain Krumach was once the captain of a pirate cutter almost. He's not going to probably accept the orders from a newly up-jumped sailor.
Certainly not one that has been knocked the shit out.
And may or may not have been, because he's, he knows his way around a jib. He knows what happened.
All right. I also know what happened. I don't know my way around a jib.
Really, anybody with eyes knows what happened. So, all right, that is good. But in all seriousness, he does, and you feel that this is sincere for what it's worth, that actually he will keep the ship there, and he's like, at some point, you're going into that accursed place. I'll wait here for a week. and then supplies are going to run low, and we're going to hoist anchor.
If we need to delay, we'll send a messenger with payment to keep you occupied for some extended time.
That's a fair deal, Captain Diedrich.
I feel like we could also find a better ship at some point.
There is no better ship than that we earn in battle.
There was no battle.
Through forced negotiation.
There's no better battle than the one where you do not have to draw your weapons.
That seems really good. I like it.
Right up your alley, Flash. That is true. So he swears that now, and also I think we said there was a little bit of treasure in the hold. You have divvied it up. Everybody has what they wanted out of that. There's a couple of potions.
He had no armor, really.
No, there wasn't. But don't you think for a second I'm not thinking about that?
Yeah, I am thinking about it.
So you guys get the potions. This is important. I mean, it's not important. I'm just saying I want to make sure no treasures unturned.
Did people claim the potions? Has that been divvied up appropriately, or did we just establish gold and daggers?
I picked a dagger up off a corpse, so I'm happy with my treasure. I earned my booty for this fight.
But that's not treasure.
A dagger?
It's a pretty cool dagger.
See?
By
Idle
the
thinks
way-
it's treasure.
All right, that's fine.
Right?
That's fine.
Just saying.
It is very cool. It actually has the hilt is wrapped with like a shark skin, and that just a nice tacky. But it also has an exquisite balance on it. It feels like it could be thrown very effectively or used for thrusting.
Yeah. Though what you see is that I don't know how to use it, and I've dropped it a couple
gems.
times.
You know what?
I'll just throw it in the water ultimately.
I'll take the scroll of aid
I
since
think
it
you
says
should.
/paladin.
It is a really neat dagger. Oh yes, and by the way, that is true. That's a scroll that you can cast for sure, Flash.
What does it do?
It aids.
No, it's like dispel.
It casts the spell aid.
Yeah, I was supposed to be an italics.
Singular
It
aid.
didn't fire.
Good
I
aid.
forgot to put a space. But yeah, comprehend speak languages is scroll. I believe it's a mage or wizard.
Probably on the
I can
bard
cast
list.
it.
No, yeah, either of you could.
Which is an interesting. We're going to get to that in a second. There's going to be some fun intros here. But yeah, so comprehend speak languages is important. Climbing, healing, and then and of course the aforementioned dagger.
I feel like the rogue taking the potion of climbing might be a good idea
Yeah.
for some second story work.
Yep. I mean, that's not actually my archetype, but
Well, now it can help you if
You
need
can
be.
drink until it is.
yay!
You can drink it until it is.
That's the opposite of how drinking usually works.
Right, so climbing. So there's another thing that happened, and this is as you prepare to make your way across the approach into Dryport proper, which is that you all leveled up. That's a meta consideration, but it's also just a becoming that you had as you were out.
I feel stronger.
Yeah, power progression.
More specific about what I'm trying to do.
More clear.
I have some clarity.
Yeah, you have some clarity. Well, actually, let's start with you, Flash.
That boat led
that
me
boat.
to a lot of clarity.
Really?
Yeah.
Found yourself.
I did. I think I
Flash of the sea.
I found out really who I am. No longer an outrider, but someone full of outreach.
Beautifully stated.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Did people in your demeanor? I mean, there's a renewed sense of
Protection.
Yes.
Yes. Like that is sort of like that's my calling.
Yeah.
I feel like
That seems like-
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, clear
Protected
sense.
a lot of folks, except for poor Captain Durkin. He got fucked.
He did.
But I wasn't there. If I was
What
there, I
happens
could have
below
protected
decks
him.
stays below
Could have
decks.
made sure that he was protected. But yeah, I walk off the boat really with like a renewed sense of purpose.
And greater capability also to defend. you
Apparently, yeah, some greater capabilities. Specifically as a meta standpoint, and we talked about this offline, but just so it's reserved for the one person watching. Thank you for watching. Oath of Redemption is the oath I'm taking.
feel. Yes.
And so what that means is basically anyone could be saved.
This is really critical. That's
I
in
feel like
the
I got
heart.
it. Yeah. Anyone.
Anyone.
Anybody.
Or thing.
Or anything. Yeah.
Anything.
Um,
No matter
and
how
sometimes
low
the
it
saving
is.
may mean I have to kill you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna really avoid
Right.
that as much as
It's like the last
humanly possible.
redemptive act you make.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's very clear that things have gone off the rails.
They'll find
And
redemption
there's
in
no
the next life.
Yeah, there's no re-railing.
You just gotta
Right.
yeah.
There's no
reset this
reason.
one.
Yeah. I'm not really sure there's a next life, so they'll find redemption
Right.
through
Yeah.
peace of
In the
not being
nothingness.
anything.
Yeah.
The nine have been so generous to you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Idol, how about you? What's going on in Idol's world?
Yeah, so I definitely look more thoughtful than usual as we are heading off of the ship and towards the city.
Thoughtful.
More thoughtful.
Right.
I've been thinking about some things.
It's the thoughtful.
Secretive
Yes.
idol as usual.
Thinking a lot of things.
You're not helping much.
No discernible improvements to speak of. Look away.
Also, no discernible non-improvements. That's the opposite.
Right, disimprovements.
Unimprovements.
Unimprovements.
Detriments.
Disapprovings.
Degrimprovements.
And I've definitely been spending a lot of time just sitting with that orb.
Orbing.
Oh, and is
Yeah,
that now just
looking
like
at
an
it.
open, like, it used to be kind of a secret.
Can you wear it like a clock?
No, I mean
Flavor.
it's like in my backpack at most times, which you four probably know at this point, but I'm not like showing it off to Captain Krumak or
Check this
anybody else really. No, yeah, not so much of that.
All right, and Diedrich.
Yeah, Diedrich was really
God, I'm so
inspired.
fidgety. I'm sorry.
Diedrich was really inspired by
get
watching
away.
Krumak fight, because Krumak's got style.
He would love to know that.
And yeah, and I think there's been some like imitation is the highest form of flattery going on in this little bit of time we've had together. Like just sort of like sitting near him and like if he drinks, I drink. If he flips a coin, I flip a coin.
That's great.
This is good.
It's great.
And so like I think something when Diedrich was being raised, he really just grew up with the idea that all that matters is winning the fight.
Right.
But now he's starting to realize that it actually only matters if you win it with style.
Yes.
So he's taken on the role of the battle master subclass for.
That's great.
And so we've got some little maneuvers here.
He's got maneuvers. He's got flashy
Maneuvers, and
moves.
they're definitely flashy maneuvers. So
You should put them in your felt dice tray, just to put them all together.
all of my
Scores, all of your
accoutrement.
Accessories.
all of your nerd gear.
Yeah, all the you gotta have
Shout out to Uber Dungeon, maker of the felt dice tray.
Nice. No commissions this time. That's your superior version. No, that's really good because it is true. At one point, I think probably coming in towards Stripeport, it was correct. You know, he's drinking with you and saying, it's not anyone can kill and plunder and pillage. That's not the point. The point is to give them a show.
Yeah, that's the point. I've always said that.
Even being cut down, you see that light in their eye. They think, at least I'm dying with a sense of style.
They appreciate it.
They do. I truly believe it. When their blood is washing on the deck, they go, everyone loves a show.
You are so wise.
And so with that bro moment of Captain Krumak. So that's great. That's Diedrich.
Yep.
I'm happy to see that because that's already how I kind of felt about the world going into this, and I also have this like simmering quiet admiration for Diedrich that I've been kind of keeping an eye on him and taking cues there. But then now seeing him like do
People
that
would
same
admire
thing,
you
like a
I-
domino
We're a
effect.
little bit
Totally.
more open.
Ferris loves you, Flash. Diedrich loves Krumak.
So I
Idol
grew up.
loves
I don't
his
see.
orb.
Idol's orb has a lot of respect for Idol.
It is. It's a cascading.
Idol has a lot of respect for Idol.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Hey, Idol's like, that's just what Idol would have said.
Yeah. So I grew up in these urban centers, and I've always been like doing my battling sort of rhetorically. I haven't seen a lot of action, so to speak, until we've been mixing it up with all these crazy creatures. I've gotten into a lot of fights,
Yes.
been in and out of jail a lot, but not for like chopping things in half and casting Thunderwave across the bow of a pirate ship.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
And so there's something about this experience at this moment that it's started to kind of click that the things that I've been saying loudly around town for most of my life, like maybe I could actually fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
And so I've joined the College of Valor, and it's so the College of Valor description is very in line with this kind of Nine Chords world here.
Yeah, I love the the College of Valor.
So it's all about like the showmanship of it, the great deeds, and sharing them and not letting them be forgotten. And I'm kind of blending that with the I'm not just recording and transmitting these things.
Yes.
I want to put this out in the world now and arc them towards a goal of spreading this sense of equality and justice that I've been shouting about on stage for a while.
That's great.
Back in
Yes, like actually putting real motion to like what you've been saying. It's true. First off, that in a city, you say these things, but then now you really have the world has literally become a larger place with more possibility, and that's really been exciting. And then the in the world of the Nine Chords, to be a bard, to sing other people's songs, that's great, but that's an occupation. But then to be the bard that actually creates those songs with a band of friends, that's the ultimate calling. So that's cool. That's really cool.
So, importantly, if I give you bardic inspiration, your dice can now do more. When that happens, I'll try and remember to remind you what that die becomes extra useful for. But the combat inspiration from
Whipping
the
at
School of
people.
Valor,
Right, because Lord knows I will not. But bursting dice, that is really
Cooling
cool.
your
And
drinks.
that's huge.
I will not be giving this to you. Probably.
Because there's really
That's off the top of my head.
It's called combat inspiration.
Right.
So.
Defense inspiration. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Frank. That's very cool. And Varys, what news?
All right, so Varys, being a druid at level 2, is actually when he picks up the Circle of the Moon, which is what we've seen, this sudden transformation of
AKA the Wrecking Ball.
the Wrecking Ball,
Yeah.
the Wrecking Bear, whatever we
Right.
It's this, and with that, Varys has had a little bit of almost like a self-discovery, because Varys didn't really like Varys. He didn't really like himself. Almost the exact opposite of idle in this regard, which is why he's always idolized Jaflash, confident, happy, and then all of a sudden transforms to
Smells
a bear.
good.
Smells delicious, and suddenly
Washes.
Delicious, but only in bear form.
Odd choice, Bear Man.
Anyway, where was I? So, Varys suddenly becomes this powerhouse, and it's like, oh, this is a lot easier. And so it's this weird confidence moment that is now bordering on conceit.
Right, I
Where
say
it's just
he
like,
doesn't need you flash anymore.
well, it's not so much
It certainly
that.
does not.
It's not so much that as the desire to make Jaflash up to his level. Which,
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
so one of the things I'm taking up is an ability called Enhance ability. And the idea of this is I can give someone an advantage on any roll that they do. So whatever thing that is your save and throw or whatnot, I can add that. And so the idea here is I want to give Jaflash some help because he looks like he's been having a hard time. He's been so wonderful for me that I want to just continue that. That's but I also thinking I'm hot shit, super hot shit, and that's gonna be a pun for later.
Yeah.
Not the shit part, but the hot part.
Oh, okay, or both.
Or
That's
both.
super exciting. That is, I like that. That's a very interesting kind of like the inverted druidic pyramid or whatever. But that's really interesting. But also because it sounds like there's still a lot of love and respect for Jaflash. Like the person who actually pulled you out of the Outlands, so to
totally.
speak, is still.
Technically, you just followed me.
You recruited, pulled, like the Pied Piper. Yes.
I mean, is that another pun? Because I'm a creature.
It could, yes, very well could be. Well, that's very cool. I'm excited to see all this new action taking place. All right, so with all of those great things in mind, I'm actually gonna just kind of walk back a little bit. I had read the end of the intro before, but I just blazed through it. So I'm gonna do that with a little bit more stuff and go from there. So you are walking towards Dryport. Past miles of broken stone and cracked earth, you see Dryport, Old Brisira, remnant of the fabled Siren super kingdoms. It sprawls before you, even at this distance. Spreading out across the stony plain it finds itself trapped upon. The architecture is unlike anything you've ever seen before in the Vild. Brisira is not a faint reminder of an age-long past, but rather a jagged accusation of the present. A harsh judgment of the time you live within. You can almost hear it whispering to you, daring you to enter and let its secrets lay claim to your mind and soul. At last, You walk across the plains, and nothing happens. At last, you stand before a massive circular gate. Upon
Are you sure?
No, I actually, yeah. Unless you want to say something or do something, I was like, I know. I realized you're like walking. This is a perfect time for a jack-in.
Is this like 2 days of walking?
Oh,
Is
no,
like
no,
20
no,
minutes?
no. It's 3 miles.
Okay.
From where you guys are able to put in towards the walls of,
Gotcha.
Is food an issue? Water?
I kind of like you will have enough food and water, especially to get into the city, and then a hand wave. You can, I assume you take in provisions when you get any place. That's good, but it's a fair call out. At last, you stand before a massive circular gate, open completely to the elements, like literally just yawning open, and whatever other visitations may come. You see no guards anywhere to challenge or mark your entrance. Beyond the gate, a wide street with far fewer people on it than it was surely designed to hold go about their business. Even from your current vantage, you can tell the street life is strangely muted, as if the denizens here were wary of waking something within the abandoned quarter, or possibly as if they were squatters and waiting for the true owners to return and reclaim their property. So in very simple terms, what that means is, A, there's a massive circular gate, which I showed like off screen, the kind of image of it, but it's yawning open, which is weird. There's no real city watch here, which is also kind of strange. It's like, well, it's open. And you know the story about Dryport and how it kind of just was slowly abandoned over time. So there is still very much in this eastern section people that live there and traders and merchants and things like that, but it's lightly populated relative to the rest of the Vild, even so. That's still a big city, second largest, in fact. But when you walk in, the other weird thing is, unlike Geld, which is vibrant with street life and calling, and even Bayward, which is more thoughtful, but still there's a joyful abandon to the streets, this just feels really chill. Like, people don't make a lot of noises. They go about their business. It's not like they whisper, so everybody whispers. It's just surprisingly, like, quiet. And it is like that tense feeling of like, not wanting to wake up calm, on the other side of the wall.
You think of this place, J Flash?
Seems fine.
Your voice
I'm not quite
confidently echoes.
really sure what all of these folks are so quiet about.
Feels wrong to come to a place and not have to break into it.
Yeah, well, it's can't break into all of them.
That's great. Yes, you can actually just walk in if you like.
Oh, we're trying to find the Weave district.
Yeah, actually, the Weave is an actual.
I thought the Drought of Spirits.
Oh gosh, that's right. Jeez Louise.
It's good thing somebody's writing things down there.
It is the Weave district, and it is the Drought of Spirits, which is cool.
It couldn't have been the location name because it wasn't a pun. It had to be.
I know, it's funny, right? But it is. It could have been. I was very happy about that one. Why would I have forsaken it? Yeah. So as soon as you walk in, you see that the streets. There's a couple inches of like sand and grit that is just blown in, but every once in a while the wind will whip a little dust devil away, and you see that beneath the streets are perfectly pristine and clear. The old Siren construction itself. The other thing you notice is it is very hot here relative to when you were all sailing. It was much, much cooler out on the ocean. And now that you're actually inland and here, it's very warm. But the weird thing, too, is that the air is incredibly clear. Preternaturally so, in fact. And it almost mutes any foul odor. It's kind of like having a nice air freshener in a room.
Varys, did you wash?
It's true. Like you expected a certain stench to kind of accompany some of the cities, and this is just weirdly like the air just feels fresh, relatively speaking.
It's nice.
Yeah, it really feels that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's some weird effect or something that the Syrians just inlaid with their architecture over time. It's true. And the other thing you notice, though, is that if there was an actual amount of activity, it is at the gate, because gaggles of vendors that actually see new people coming in are like, my friends, where's relics from the Sirens?
But quietly.
Yes, like literally like this. Be cool, man. But yeah, it's like actually they press in and they try to hawk Siren relics and slices and shards of crystal and things that they swear were excavated from the abandoned quarter.
I want to look at the Siren relics.
Yes, they're pretty cool. Some of them
Are they Are they real?
Most of them are not.
Yeah.
Most of them are trinkets and bad forgeries.
Yeah.
However, a couple pieces, it's hard to say, actually. They don't necessarily emanate any kind of a power that you can discern, but they could actually be. They're the more expensive pieces.
Well, yeah, sure. So I take the guy aside a little bit.
Yes.
I want to give you a little constructive criticism.
All right.
Yeah. So the way that you've done the weathering on this piece here, the coin.
From the abyss itself.
Yeah, right. So you need to use a different chemical with this metal.
I don't know what you're...
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm just saying.
The Nines. Curse me if I did and I didn't. What other chemical would you use?
Let me write down the formula for you.
I mean, sure.
'Cause I could tell you because I definitely know this.
For a friend.
For a friend.
I'll
Yeah.
put this right here for now.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Like that. And afterwards, he presses a couple of like his phone and see phone trinkets. It's like, thank you. Come back anytime with more advice. It's great.
Oh, boy.
So yes, the idol gives everybody a good lesson in what true forging is. So yes, the Weave District, you say, and the Drought of Spirits.
Because it was a pun.
It wasn't fun. That's why
That
you
I
know.
did not have to roll to understand.
After you
Seems good.
It seems good. After you make your way through the vending, the meniscus of vendors that inevitably tackle the new people, and to be clear, it's not like it's not like there's nobody around. It's still a giant city. It's just surprisingly lightly populated. Another thing that you notice is that there are these public fountains that seem to just be pushing out tons of fresh, clean, relatively cool water, just like perpetually. And these hubs seem to be great civic gathering spots, which there's many more people, there's a more dense pack of people around, and that might be not a bad spot to ask because you don't actually know where the Weave District is.
Do we want to just go straight to this place, or do we want to set up some sort of base of operations, aka a tavern or inn?
Well, we're already going to a tavern or inn.
We're going
so
to a tavern
it seems
to
like
learn what our purpose here is,
Right.
basically, right? We don't actually know what we're doing out
right.
here
We're
yet.
supposed to meet somebody.
Amuksul, was that?
Amuksul.
Amaksul.
I don't know. When we enter a tavern, there's a good chance that we might get ourselves into a brawl. So first we should go to a different tavern to rest up. Wait, but if we get into a brawl at that tavern,
So maybe an inn.
I'm torn.
we get it out of your system in the first one, and then when we go to the second one, is that
I don't know if it would ever get out of my system. It might
Okay.
just be my system.
okay?
Can't read.
All right, we could go straight there. I don't know.
I'll try to hold it back if he does anything.
All right. So we need to get
ask around.
directions. All
Yeah.
right, I'll go ahead.
Yeah. You see, you really like some are bathing, which doesn't seem inappropriate here. Some are, I mean, but still, tastefully
In their
bathing.
clothes.
tastefully bathing, and so drinking water and stuff. So yeah, it's like a public pools.
Does anyone look more?
Amuksul.
Yeah, not like
I'm Exulian.
not randomly just doing stuff like they're sort of
They have icons
confident.
above their heads.
Clues. There's some folks that seem to be, talking around a game of some kind,
I go
some
up
kind
and
of a board game.
Tap J Flash. J Flash, just shout like you normally do.
No.
What?
You're like,
I think if you're being quiet, Diedrich's gonna cover the gap.
Right? Yeah, you think
just-
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like usually you're the loud one.
Well, I want to try to. That didn't work so well the last time. I don't think.
It worked wonderfully. It led us to a grand adventure at the open sea, and we rescued an ancient family fortune from the undead. We, the Faceless, have braved these dangers and many more, and will continue on when we meet our friend Amaksul, wherever he may be in this fine city.
that's pretty good. Always be branding.
Looking around, anyone making eye contact?
You know what's funny? In this instance, actually, the shouting stuff like that, it's not actually that people are like, not happy about it, but they kind of like to look and kind of smile a little bit politely, move away just a little bit.
I would approach a group that is trying to move away from me. Mm-hmm. Say, you friends, clearly you are moved by our tale. Do you not know of the great Drought of Spirits, the wonderful tavern renowned across the land beyond this accursed desert that surrounds your boring city, please just tell me where to go.
Are you referring to a tavern that you're looking for?
Yes.
Do you know where it is? I will tell you immediately just to get you away from me.
Wonderful, that was my goal.
Right, yeah. So you say it's in the weed district.
The drought spirits, yeah.
All right, well, this gentleman actually gives you pretty good directions, actually, to where it is. Like, when I said, it's the weed district, it's this way, that way. And a couple times, you've referred to it as Dryport, we'll say, because he actually leans in and says, in a word of advice, friend, around here we still call it Syra.
Brasira, yes. I would also choose to call it anything but a reminder of the fact that your ocean has literally fled your city.
Has it fled, or have we fled it? There is no telling.
No,
Everybody
it's
feels
fled.
sick.
It's like way down there.
We
Poetically
just
shakes
left.
we just left it. I'll tell you exactly where it is. Here's the address. Yes, so, all right, and he tells you, like, you feel like pretty easy directions, actually. It should be easy to find.
Let's go. Yeah.
And do not forget that you helped the Faceless begin their great adventure in your...
Fine town.
Yes, adequate city.
This wonderful place.
Goodbye, Traceless.
Traceless. That sounds even better.
That's not bad.
Yeah. We should see if he wants to join.
It's never too late.
The Traceless.
So yes, so
I'll just leave.
slowly goes away. That is the Traceless. Anything else you want to do in this little opening square at the start of the town, or you want to just kind of try to make your way there?
It's a bookkeeping thing, but I would replace the axes that I threw into the ocean if I can find a weapon vendor.
Sure, you can find a weapon vendor.
Careful,
Whatever
this may be
small amounts
forged axes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take idle with me. Are those sharp? But I mean, like, really sharp.
Oh, that's a really good point. You would be necessary. Because this is kind of like the gift shop, right?
Yeah, you're buying axes at the
axes.
Mickey Mouse hat
Right, it's
club
like-
after the Thunder Mountain.
I'm literally after Thunder Mountain.
I'm gonna etch out the part that says I went to Brasira and all I got was this lousy axe.
It's hard to get the logo off. You're trying. Oh, this thing. Yes, but actually, with Idle's help as well, is anything to steer you into shops that may be a little bit more reputable, which actually also pulls you a little bit further into the city, actually, because the ones right by the gate really are schlock. So, who has the best, just straight up int?
I'm at 15.
16.
It might be me. 17.
17. All right, that's good. So that's plus 3?
Yeah.
All right. So actually, could you give me a DC 12 roll, but at disadvantage, strangely?
Damn. Well,
No, because you.
wait, is it? Oh, it just.
you get a
Yeah.
plus.
So that is 13.
She's got both.
So
Wins on both.
the thing that you notice is, first off, those directions really were straightforward. They really were. But as you start to go down the streets, you feel like sometimes things, you're like, wait, that was a right, that was for sure, but just things don't appear the way they were. It's easy to get turned around, basically. And it doesn't seem like at times the directions, even as clear as they were able to get you where you were going. But fortunately, because you had very good int, you were able to kind of puzzle through and push through and find the weave district. Just interesting. Because it didn't feel like he gave you bad directions.
I
Should we go back
propose-
there and re-roll and fail and see what happens?
Dude, is that
Like
possible?
we may have skipped a large chunk of tonight's
Yeah.
adventure.
So thank you, party, for playing this evening. No. No, mostly it's just you realize that there's some weirdness to Brasira that it's.
So just to get this straight, this town is a little weird.
It's been weird so far.
All right. Okay. Excellent.
Weirder than Guild for sure.
We need a ball of twine.
Mm-hmm.
We just
And a
we
cat.
just
No.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, we could
given.
also get a
Breadcrumbs.
cat.
Breadcrumbs.
That would be fine, but no, we unroll the ball of twine behind us.
I've got rope.
Always
We
go
don't
right.
Always go right.
Right?
But we're in the we're in the place.
But how
where
do you
this
know
is.
which way
Yeah.
is right? If you always go right.
Well,
And
you hold
speaking
up
of
your
which-
hands.
No, I-
And that one's
But what one's the
left,
right
'cause it's
way?
the L. What? Oh, I see.
say, speaking of twine, you are in the Weave District.
Hey.
Which, in fact, is just what you would think it would be. It's a place with looms and various different kinds of forms and fibers, or
All hair extensions.
everybody's got the Siren dreads now. It's like, come on.
You guys see me with extra long hair all of a sudden as I'm walking around. I'm getting into the culture, guys.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, and actually, just not to belabor it, you were able to eventually find the Drought of Spirits there, and that directions actually go pretty straightforward because you're well within the district and it's not that far away. The Drought of Spirits actually is a pretty cool place that's located up at the top of buildings, so that you have a great view even out over old Versailles, the abandoned quarter itself.
Wonderful. We can see more of this
Weird place.
excellent city.
Well, maybe that's going to help us get around. Maybe you could draw some maps.
Yeah, I could do that. I start sketching a map of the city on a napkin.
Would you like something more permanent than a
No.
napkin?
No, maps change.
Okay. That's not my area, so
You're the boss here. That seems weird.
All right, so
we're going into
to the place.
Drought of Spirits?
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Up the steps, through the doorway. As you go into the Drought of Spirits, it's not actually what you would have expected, in fact. There are strands hanging down from the ceiling all over the place of really like brightly woven, some kind of maybe plant fiber or some kind of a material. You see higher up in the ceiling, but it's hard to discern because of the massive amounts of plumes of smoke that is in this place, in all of the different weaves. Some intricate machine, some kind of machinery going, and it looks like it's looming, spinning together these strands and then just falling down in the ceiling. You're not entirely sure if the tavern came after this place was constructed or before, but it seemed like whatever purpose it once served, it wasn't supposed to be a tavern, but it is now. And more importantly, actually, more of a smoke shop. You see that all of the tables around have a prominent, well, you might not know what these are, but it's a bottle that has different kinds of tubes that come off of it, and there's water in the bottom of it, and you see the patrons around the tables are pulling off of it, it looks like, and the water is bubbling slightly, and they sit back and they just seem to be thinking,
What's up with the plastic octopuses?
right, I don't know if there's some you would have ever seen anything as strange as this.
They evaporated their alcohol.
This
This is weird.
gross.
And you're all standing in the doorway right now. because frankly,
Slackjaw.
it's a lot to take in. It
This
really
place is odd.
Yes, it really is.
I like it.
I go up, I walk
I like
up to a
it.
person, tap them on the shoulder. How do you get the gas through the tentacle?
My friend, that is something you must experience for yourself.
Yeah, I'd stay away from that, my smelly little friend.
No, I want to see what happens.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe someone other than Varys.
I have
But
to
it
say,
could be
Varys,
the funniest part.
Maybe someone who doesn't turn into a bear.
you could be kind
That's
of a
what I
libertine.
meant.
You've been out in the wild. You've seen funny mushrooms and things like that before that have made you feel silly.
I hand it to Frank.
Pull.
Better choice. Better choice.
There we go.
It is obviously, it's obviously, or maybe not, but there's a euphoria that overtakes you, but also there's a clarity, and this is an interesting thing, that there's an absence of a type of confusion that you didn't even realize you were carrying around with you since you've been in Brasira, but actually, like, smoking that a little bit, it's like, like you just feel a little bit more directed and
You hear that,
purposeful.
kids?
It's a fancy world. People are finding crazy potions left and right. It's like all those parts. So you hear that, kids? It's mature.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's very interesting, actually. Whatever this alchemical contraption is.
I look at Diedrich and you should hit this.
If I can't drink it, I'm not putting it in my body.
This breath goes one way. This breath
Gimme.
Except when you breathe in.
Gimme.
And then it goes the other way.
Then it goes the other way, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But same darn thing, actually. Thing. But actually, also just a little bit of an interesting thing, which is that you feel a little bit more in tune with certain aspects of yourself.
Yeah, I do.
Which actually, like, you need to more about yeah. So, but that's cool. You're just like, oh yeah, you have a sense of connection. So,
Is there a bar?
Yeah.
yeah, you can
We're
have
also
Or a
looking for the
central
bar.
place?
You can have,
to
in
go?
fact, there's coffee and stuff like that. So, but the point is, it seems like these whatever's going on, it's more than just like a hookah bar. There's something that the Sirens are engaging with here, but yeah, there's a bar.
Plastic octopus bar.
Yeah, the plastic octopus bar. Right, that's really what it is. The
I settle in and go, you guys should find Amaksul.
right, you've got your guitar right here. That's right, that's true. Oh, and this is an important point. You know those strands? You finally realize what the heck's going on there, because
Only these two?
no, like you can all see this happening now, which is that the strands that the machine is spinning that are the different colors. Like patrons at various times will reach up with a small short bladed dagger and cut some off and roll it up and actually put it into this. So whatever the weave machine is actually doing, it's what you're imbibing.
Really glad I didn't inhale that.
Yeah.
I want to cut some off of one and just put it in my backpack.
Yes, there's different colors. I see, like, yeah, it's kind of color coded to know different.
I want to do this without anyone seeing, so I don't get charged money for it.
Which is true, because when you do go up to the tavern keeper, you know there's a charge associated with
With just being here?
actually there is a cover, but I didn't charge you because you seemed like
What is it?
free spending, a gold piece each.
Yeah, I give them the 5 gold pieces. Yeah. We are actually here. We're looking for someone. I mean, these two, they're
Hey,
super
I'm
comfortable
still,
just
I,
chilling,
I'm
like Bob Dylan. Literally.
It's fine.
All right.
Who knows what this is? There's no real world analog. to
Right,
this.
all right, great.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
So we've traveled quite a ways looking
I
for.
can tell.
Look.
Mhm. And that is true. Like, just fundamentally, you dress differently from the locals.
We just got here today. I'm sure tomorrow we'll dress better.
Much better.
Yeah.
First order of traveling.
But we're looking for. We were told to come here and look for somebody named Amaksul. I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly.
I know, very well
All
done.
right, great, yeah.
I believe Amok is right back there. And you actually see that there's an older gentleman, dark hair down to about his shoulder, large beard, who's actually been watching you the whole time and looks a little bit amused by the whole thing and when he sees you actually look, he's like, and beckons you over with his pipe.
There, I found him! All right, so yeah, we head over.
Mm-hmm. All right.
While they walk over there, I'm just chatting with my ear.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing a subtler version of Diedrich's play earlier, where I'm more like, you guys heard about a bunch of people down in the dock district just started rising up and expelling the criminal scum that was stuck there.
You're so little of else news. No.
It's impressive, taking justice into their own hands. And
Did they stop the world being destroyed?
I think the answer. We're not over there.
Yes, probably, right?
Still here.
anyone can do it.
That's incredible. Anything about that? Oh,
Just a bunch of faceless folks
right.
doing good in the world.
Faceless folks. Somebody. That should be a thing. Oh, that should be a thing. All right.
I walk
Yes.
over to join you guys.
There is, by the way, you can sow rumors. That's a thing too. Which I used to say sow fame. So you're starting to sow some fame here in this octopus park.
That one dude, he's gonna be.
If he
Telling
remembers
that
any of that
short story.
conversation.
He's thinking more clearly than you are, according to the DM.
He's locked in, man. So Amok beckons you down, and he says kind of amusedly, he says, so, any trouble finding the place?
Yeah, we went to 3 other rope shops, and then we found this one.
I like you, man. No, he says, it is funny, isn't it? How the streets can bend and twist and disappear behind you. Much.
It didn't really seem super funny.
Not like,
to be honest.
not like
it wasn't
ha-ha.
funny.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it was
no.
like,
More
weird
like
and
an
funny.
odd kind of a...
Yeah,
yes.
an odd funny.
like when you wake up and your arm's still asleep. Like
Right.
that kind of funny.
Yeah, a tingle, actually. That's a really good metaphor.
I meant bothersome.
But tingly is also.
I just wonder if Dragonborn actually have their arms go to sleep. We'll just talk about that later, but that's a very
For hundreds
odd...
of years. It's a plight.
I should have done that. Yes, so you are the party of adventurers that are going to escort me in to the Siren Library.
Was that our
This is
plan?
the-
Yeah, that's might be news. Was
I feel
that
like
news
this is
to
the
us?
new. This is news to us.
I'll tell you what you
Serum
do
library.
remember.
That's
This is
definitely it.
Yeah, this is a wrinkle. I mean, not necessarily a nefarious one, but what Vala had told you was that you were going to go here to meet Amik Sul, and he was going to give you the rest of the mission.
Ah,
Right.
And so, sitting here, he actually says, yes, I claim some seared ancestry and can walk through the abandoned quarters with a little bit more purpose, which you will find quite advantageous when you make your...
What do you need in this old library? There's something valuable, right?
No, my friend, you mistake. I am not the client either. We both serve some third party. An as of yet undisclosed patron.
so you haven't met them?
No, I have not.
I'm sure they're great.
What they want is for us to find, and then he says something in words that you can't understand, but have the sing-song tone of Siren to them again. And he says, this person thinks that it is a library, but I don't think that is the correct translation at all. Perhaps a close enough approximation, but the Sirens, their ways are so far beyond the concepts that we can understand. He kind of like goes off a little bit like that. You can tell he's really hot on Sirens. Says, but I do know where this building is located, and that this patron of ours wants us to go inside, wants us to secure it. And then, and he kind of reaches down and has a bag and pulls out 2 stones. Or I'm sorry, 1 stone. And I don't know if you've ever heard of these before, but you may have heard tell of the kind of device you most certainly have in Bayward, that basically they're sending stones. So you can do a message to someone that has its twin. I'm just saying that like as a little bit of backstory for what it is. He says this stone will allow us to send a message to the patron, who will come to the location and take possession of the building, and then we all
You ever
walk
met
away
this
rich.
patron?
I reach
No.
forward and grab the stone and go, hello!
Actually, it's funny you say that because it is a stone that has like a
Hello,
mouth on it.
Oh, hi!
All right.
Hello?
I mean, like grabs. He goes, no, my funny, strange elven friend.
I'm very persuasive.
And now he very firmly puts it back.
My smelly.
My
smell friend.
he doesn't go there yet because his nose is shot from being
Remember-
here the whole time.
Well, the air is really good.
Well, not here. The air was.
It's not me.
It made some inroads. The funk made some inroads here for sure.
So who's handling the payment? You or the person we're sending the message to?
I am not handling the payment. However, I was given to understand that we each had our own intermediaries that were responsible for that, and here I am referring to whosoever arranged your particular arrangement.
So we don't need to meet with this mysterious patron of yours. We just need to escort you and let you fire off the stone.
Correct. However, perhaps there's a misinterpretation. I will be escorting you. You see, I will be able to find a truer path through the streets of Old Ysira, but you most certainly will be the vanguard of this effort. I am not a fighting person.
How did you get the stone?
Oh, the sending stone?
Yeah.
Through my intermediaries. I'm not so different from you. I am a more scholarly warrior.
You're the war of the words.
War
Really?
of the words.
Yeah, all right.
Right, the war of the words. Yeah, what he seems like is
You're a
like,
word warrior.
Yeah, it's like, yes. Well, yes, I am. Wood warrior. But yeah, it seems like basically he is like not an architect, it's like Indiana Jones archaeologist, but like a person learned.
You're
in
like
these things.
Frank Lloyd Wright, really. You just architects things.
You're architect,
Yeah.
and you're the muscle that's been hired to escort him through the lost quarter and potentially hold the location.
Hey, so what else do you know about this location? Like, if we're supposed to prep for this, like what would be our...
I'm less concerned about the location than I am getting there. There's reasons that no one lightly travels or inhabits the abandoned quarter. The Sirens, he kind of like loses himself in thought for a moment. He says, "He said that no one must travel the same roads or paths as the Sirens, for their way is lost." And then he kind of like shakes himself out of it, and he's like, whatever that was meant to say, suffice it to say, you cannot find any place in the abandoned quarter purposefully without some great aid. And in this instance, I have such...
that's clear at this point.
Right.
We're just trying to figure out, as you find this for us,
Right.
what should we be prepared for? Because clearly not being lost, because you've got that covered. But we're trying to figure out, as we prepare to assist you in us not being lost,
Yeah.
what do
manner
we
of
need?
creatures will we be
Creatures.
tearing apart?
There are things that are mundane.
Or helping.
There are predators.
Helping
could be.
apart.
There are predators, of course, that have found their way into the abandoned quarter. But also, the Sirens were masters of place and time. And their fall was violent. In the quarter, there are occasional visitations from other places. There are holes created into possibly other worlds. There are things that should not be that are here and speak.
All right, we'll make them not be again.
I have a question.
Time warps? Yes.
So when you say you can find the true way, how exactly are you finding these things? Because you just explained that we can't find it, but
Not on purpose.
yes. Do you guys see my confusion?
I don't. He's got this thing covered. I just want to make sure we don't get into trouble.
Never mind.
Yep.
He kind of like evocatively, perhaps overly so, but that it seems like the abandoned quarter, there's time could be issues. There's strange magics that are so far above the ken of what you understand and how things come together that the forces that you don't necessarily understand the original cause or purpose, but here they can just totally rip you apart. And then it seems like
Frank has just opened a portal to another dimension.
which I don't even know how much you would know about stuff like the other planes and things like that. The build isn't really up on the other planes.
Mm-hmm.
So when he kind of is talking about some of this stuff, I know you as players know more about
Right.
these things, but for you, some of this stuff is like rah rah rah, dude with the hookah, just
Yeah,
talking.
I am mentally at the point of like, well, this guy will get us there.
Right.
Yeah, he's a
We just need
navigator.
to- we just need to figure it out.
Right. All right, Mr. Navigator, give us the night to prepare, and we'll be ready to keep you safe on this road tomorrow morning.
I actually have one question.
Yes.
So what exactly does your patron want with this library or place that is not quite a library?
I didn't ask,
Okay.
and
What
this
it,
patron did not say.
okay. You say that they're going to come and join us there when we get to the right place and do something?
I assume take possession of something, use something,
When you
perhaps
say-
put a process into place. I
When
am
you say take possession of something, do you mean like literally, this object is mine now? Or do you mean some kind of...
possession. At that, he's not sure. He's really not sure. He's like, I know that I was hired to find this place in the maze that is Nusaira. You were hired to escort me and to ultimately clear and hold this place
To give you time to send the message through the
through,
stone.
and then the patron would be able to find us. And the pay is very good.
Mm-hmm.
It will keep me in
Right.
strands for a very long time.
Don't worry,
Right.
Idle. After
Oh, I'm that
our
worried.
navigator sends the message. This patron will come and find whoever's still in the library. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Right.
Dad said it was okay.
I'm not your dad. I'm just stinky, smelly little thing.
Will you also escort us out of the library and back to here when we're done?
But of course, I am leaving. You may come with me.
Good. Okay.
As long as we keep him safe.
Yes,
should be good.
that is
Right.
key, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
You must keep me safe.
Do we get to keep anything that we find? If we find things?
I didn't ask. Along the way, I'm sure you could keep whatever you want. Surely you saw the relics and other potent artifacts that were being sold at the
Yeah.
gate.
Yeah.
Old Versailles
Yeah,
riddled
I
with
did.
them.
Yeah, I saw some.
But
They're cute.
yes, they're cute. The library or whatever thing it is, I suppose you'll be able to ask our patron.
I think you need to ask way more questions of your employer.
That's not how I stay employed.
I'm with him.
Let's grab a room in this rope shop and prepare.
Sure. Is there an armory around?
Oh,
now
sure.
that we understand
Not
what
necessarily in the Weave District, but
I'm asking him.
Oh.
You know, like,
yes.
can you
my
recommend
friends, yes.
someplace that's not gonna
Bend and twist around.
Yeah.
Now that you've actually have a little bit of the lay of the land, the effect here is such that you feel like you could find your way around to like an armory and whatnot just outside of the district.
Cool.
So yeah,
Should we meet back here tomorrow morning?
absolutely.
Sounds
I'll
great.
be here at the crack of noon.
Right. sounds brilliant.
All right, great.
Let's prep.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely want to gather the group together.
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, team.
Yeah.
There's a nice veranda outside, by the way. There's got a lot fresher air.
Can we rent a room?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. How much would it cost to rent a room for the night?
Is that smoking or not? Sorry, I
None.
couldn't resist.
Is that the joke you worked on all week?
Yeah, all week in the mirror. No,
Gotta work on
absolutely.
delivery.
It's I don't know. I don't even know how much rooms cost. It doesn't
Okay.
worry about it.
All right.
Was-
Negligible gold.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you all, my fellow Faceless, but I don't much like the idea of working for someone who we can't meet. And if their only way of finding us is through this little stone, I say we put to good work our friend who can take things out of people's pockets.
I can do that.
I
That's the thing I can do.
I'm a little worried about the guy too, but since Flash is cool with it, I feel like
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the navigator at all. I'm
Oh,
worried
just-
about who's hiding in his pocket.
Oh, then I am really worried about it. Exactly, as I've always been. Yes, the hand picking.
I just want to make sure that we are far, far away from that library before we send that message. We'll do the job. We just don't want to be there when it's done.
Can't be hurt by those books. Reading is
I
so
mean,
painful.
If we're navigating in there to find it and sending the message, they navigating in there.
Sure, they'll follow that magic stone. Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's definitely weird holes in this whole mission, but that's intentionally designed.
They might just be able to teleport in somehow, have some kind of beacon on the stone that they can just jump to regardless of
Right.
where it's actually
So-
located physically.
So if we attempt anything with getting out of there, sending the message when we're not there, but if that's their key to find it, then
We hold the stone at the bottom of a fountain, send the message, and they drown.
Oh, or
Or
I don't think so.
you get the
I'm not actually proposing that we do this, but I could drink the potion of water breathing, go down to the bottom of the ocean, use the stone, and then they drown.
But
We have
why
to get
would
back to
we
the
don't
ocean.
even know who this person is? They could be totally fine.
I know
let's
that
go.
I was
Let's
not
figure out a
that's,
drowning plan C.
Maybe
Just in
D.
case.
Such
So you're saying
employer
I
hate.
feel like
It
we could
is a
have
possibility.
I feel like we could have a couple more plans above it.
What about if we get the little talking stone and we try to converse with whoever's on the other end first? The guy didn't let us do it, but we do have grab hands here, and so we're able to do this.
That's not a nickname I want you to keep using. Just so we're clear.
I don't know. I feel like I mean we could.
I've already established contact with the person. I did say hello.
I mean,
Right, that's true.
it's possible that it loses us the job and makes Amok hate us.
He doesn't know who the employer is. So
Well, just losing the job.
Yeah.
That's money. Like,
Yeah.
This is
It's good money, too. It's 1,500 gold pieces. And potentially fame and fortune.
It's a lot of money.
Or death at a library. Could you imagine a worse scenario?
I almost died on the sea.
That's
Can
so
you
much
imagine
worse.
a better scenario?
Yes, living like we did.
All right. One better scenario.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not against you guys stealing this thing, but I definitely think it could fuck up the sort of laid out plans.
All right, so we'll follow the plans, but at least we'll be in charge of the timing of when the message is sent. We'll stay in the library to do it, but it won't be a surprise.
Along the
I'm
way,
gonna
lifting the stone along the way seems like a good bonus objective for Idle there.
Yeah, I think while we're going, if she could lift the stone, so we have it when we're there, that seems fine. I don't necessarily fully trust this guy, but I don't not trust him. He's just somebody who wants to make some money.
Right.
I would like to get some armor, though. Whether or not I can afford it, I don't know.
So real quick, Walmart is out. Now is a good time for us to do a quick plug for the gauntlet.
Ah,
So, yeah, quick dropping the curtain for a second.
curtain down.
We're talking directly to you, our viewers. Monolith this year is participating in the 6th annual Mox Gauntlet charity tournament. This is run by a local gaming store, Mox Boarding House. You guys might know them online as Card Kingdom. They have been running this wonderful charity event for the last 6 years. They pick a different local Seattle charity every year and raise tons of money for them in conjunction with local game developers, other stores, general nerdy groups.
Mostly game developers.
Mostly
right?
game developers,
Right,
yeah. And so we're participating this year. We just dropped a link into chat where you can check out our donation page. We really want you to check out that page. We've got amazing pledge prizes that you can earn
Which
for
are
pledging.
not here.
We don't. Oh, we
Yeah,
don't
they're
have
over
the,
here. They're over here.
We've got. Oh, can we grab? Is the crossbow in here?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's the giant Rocksteady signed poster. In
Yeah,
here,
we've
'cause
got
that
some.
one's totally
We've
badass.
got so. Rabago's bringing around this crossbow. Yeah, this crossbow was used in an actual Shadow of War commercial. It's a prop crossbow, but it is really hefty. Like, this is a solid
We
piece.
could knock a motherfucker out with this.
Not recommended, but
Yeah.
physically possible. So this is one of the pledge prizes you can win. This actual piece of Shadow of War history. You can also win
But even cooler.
this poster signed by our partners over at Rocksteady. So if you can't tell, it's a Batman Arkham Knight poster, framed, signed by the developers. And these are just a couple of the prizes that you can win for pledging. So please check out that pledge page to see all the different prizes you can earn. And you'll also be helping out an amazing charity. This year's charity is El Centro de la Raza. They're a social justice charity here in Seattle who have been they've been doing amazing work for almost 50 years helping at-risk communities in our area. So we really appreciate anything you guys are willing to give.
Right on.
How much
Hell of
do
a
I have
pitch,
to-
man.
How much do I have to donate for a life-size Olag High?
Oh,
Well,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
We don't.
oh,
They're
for a-
pretty big.
for a
Pretty big.
For a life-size Olag High,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. One of our pledges is a studio tour, and
I would dress up in the.
treat.
So on top of getting all of these weapons from this thing, they actually also sent us all of the Olag High gear.
yeah, we have like
live action gear.
full costumes from those commercials.
Yeah, when that first
Yeah,
came
actually,
in,
it's very true.
the lead engineer and I, Matt Rice, donned it and wore it for a day.
And what
at
a
least
delight
an
that
hour,
was.
So yeah, it was fun.
So
I'd
you
wear it again.
You could meet FMA real life Olokai.
I'm I'm more of like just a normal orc.
It's
I don't feel like
You're a named orc at least.
Okay.
But it was cool. That's true. That would be
Runny bells. Nice.
Yeah, Runny Bells.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's a steal. That is true.
Yeah.
All right, friends. So
You don't get to keep me.
oh,
Just like gonna dress up in the fucking orc stuff.
unless they dominate you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't actually work in real life. That's not how things work.
All right. So, my friends, while I was away getting some juice
Bob's just reading.
from the kitchen, which is very farther than you think until you have to actually be
It is
somewhere.
on the actual opposite side of the building.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I gotta be back in a hurry. This sucks. Oof. A breather. So, what did you decide in the interim?
Nothing.
Not telling you.
Right. That's
why
always a
we
good
tell you
call. Always a good call.
Nothing. Yeah.
I think the most important decision is that Matt and I are going to go get some armor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find a place to get some armor.
I'm gonna tag along.
Actually, you can find a number of places to get armor. Interestingly enough, there is no end to mercantilism here in Priscilla.
Well, we go to the most reputable looking place,
All right.
I guess.
All right. All right.
Yeah, right.
It's
Since there's
right.
so many of them.
One place is selling pure facsimiles, so that's
Right.
pure out. But you do find a place that seems to be of good ute
Okay.
and skill.
I would like to buy some armor.
All right.
I would have to look up how much armor costs.
Yeah, that's
What
I
would you
was
be looking
flipping
for,
to here.
mighty
Page
pussy
143,
warrior?
you got it.
Some of
You got
the,
it. You
flipped
were on the
right to it?
page.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
An upgrade to my to this chain.
Oh, could such an upgrade exist? But if it did, it would be here. To your chest. So what are you currently rocking?
Chain.
So you'd
All
want
right.
splint.
Yeah. Splint.
Splint. No, not splint. I mean, splint is fine if life is not precious to you. But may I interest you in something slightly more substantive?
Yes.
All right, he like rummages around. He comes out and you see it's nice plate breast.
Nice.
Like it looks great. It's got some great engraving on it. It does look like the absolute real deal.
Sweet.
It's like, now this doesn't just hold your life, it guards it.
Sounds about right for armor.
Ah, feel it. Try put it on.
Okay.
Put it on. You
Feel
feel
good?
the difference?
Feel good?
Now
Oh, you
I'm
do.
feeling your flashes. In.
It's like,
You're right. It feels great.
Yeah.
did you just lose weight?
No.
Or is it that breastplate?
It's the breastplate. Really.
Ah,
Can I try and stab him?
please, by all means.
Oh geez, oh boy. So that's a 22.
Well, but with a breastplate though,
What is it?
that's
the plus?
oh man.
Yeah, I feel like this is still gonna
Don't
hit.
fail me now, DM screen.
So
I don't have it handy.
18 AC for the breastplate.
So plus, and it's +2, so I'm at 20.
What does that mean? That means
It means I'm stabbing him and I'm rolling damage now.
there's a damage deposit on that armor. I should have told you
Oh,
about.
it's fine. I don't think I hit the armor at all, actually.
I don't think. Yes, there's that one. What are you
doing?
So
If I
that
can-
was a little weird. I'll grant. It's a little. However, she would have done worse damage.
Oh
Not
my
for that
God.
Breastplate.
All right, so I panic because I just see this happen, and I summon a bunch of berries. All right.
Oh yeah.
I summon 10 berries, and I run up to Jayla and I shove one in your face. So depending, that was 1 damage.
I just got
What?
stabbed.
Well,
and
5.
you're shoving
5
in total.
berries
I
in
shove
my
5
face?
berries in your face.
I'll go with it.
It's no, it'll heal you. You actually have 5 hit points.
Okay.
Is that neat?
Okay.
So now
Yeah,
you're
That's a thing.
Your,
You guys
your
are
flesh,
the
and I just
best
like
elf friends a guy could have.
I turn to you and I
Like
pelt
one
you
of
with
the-
one of the berries.
What is this?
I continue to hit you with the berries.
And the merchant, meanwhile, is nonplussed. Just while this all goes down,
And then I go pick up the berries because they're
that's-
very useful.
that Siren remove.
Stab
So I just
him.
learned
I was trying
part of
to
leveling
test
up
the
to
armor.
3 and joining the
It's
college.
not
Yes.
as good as he says.
You missed. You
is,
gotta hit. You gotta
I
hit
have
the
medium
armor.
armor proficiency
that's-
now, so that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, excellent. All right, so Jaflash. Well, you don't actually say your name. It's my friend.
Am I bleeding?
Not anymore. And you have berry
You
juice all
know,
over your face.
In that armor, I couldn't even tell
Yeah.
Because that's how
I
good
don't
that
even
armor
know
is.
how to react.
I know it's so weird, but it's
Yeah.
not. But it's like, don't hold it against me, my friend, that you have a
No.
very strange companion.
Dude.
You do need good armor if you're going to travel with the likes of her.
Apparently.
I tell you, I would. Hold on, I have more armor to show you. What do you think?
I like it. It's nice. Yeah, it seems
So-
okay. I mean, it didn't protect me from the stabbing that my
But how
cohort
can
gave me.
anyone
Get a
armor
discount.
themselves against friends?
I don't. Apparently, you can't.
Get a discount. It
Sad-
doesn't work.
Sad day is this. But I will let you have that armor for a mere 1,700 gold.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I just take it
Wow.
off.
Did you see how easily I just stabbed him while he was wearing it? There's no way that's worth 1,700 gold.
Well, a backstabbing rogue, perhaps.
Oh, excuse me?
Well, I
I
just...
stabbed him in the side,
Touche.
not the back.
Touche. It was a good shot.
Thank you.
What are you after, my friend?
Some armor.
Right. Okay, so sorry, Splint. Well, actually, on a budget are we today?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, there's usually a budget.
How much?
involved.
I'll tell you what you can afford.
Well, what else do you have? Because 17's definitely out of
As-
the price range.
As our large draconic friend has just opined, banded mail would be nice as well.
Banded mail. I don't
Splint
even-
mail.
Splints.
Which is basically just like strips, yeah. Actually, and if you want to speed this up a little bit, yeah, Splint, I believe, is the next step up from chain.
Yep.
Yeah.
200.
I want to pull Idle aside for a
200.
second. We talked about this. No hurting
He's
Javlash.
fine.
I had to feed him good berries.
Yeah.
I only have 5 left.
Yeah, you can do that.
200 you can afford.
Right. So is the 1,500 for the full suit of plate, or the 1,700 for the full suit of plate?
Isn't there's a breastplate option?
That's in the medium section.
Yeah.
400.
Yeah, 400 for the breastplate. Which is good protection on a budget.
Yeah, yeah. How about I don't like. How about 250?
He scratches his beard. He goes, how much was it? He said 400.
400 for the
It's like,
breastplate.
oh, my friend, how could I part with this armor? What a grievous sin to my family if I charge anything less than 375.
Yeah, I can't do that. I guess I'm going banded then.
Banded for a bandit king. So be it, my friend. I can make no other choices. Banded it is then.
All right, cool. I'll buy some banded armor. For what?
What is? What
200?
even is that?
What is it?
Is that the splint? Okay.
Yeah, splits, 200.
Yeah.
There's the coins, trade hands.
Yep.
It's still very good armor.
Sure it is.
Or no,
That
really, it's an
plate,
upgrade, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll go up to 19.
Varys, you were saying that you wanted some armor as well. I don't have to haggle with you quite as
So I actually
Rigorously.
don't have any armor interests necessarily.
Ah.
I came along because I want to be with Flash, and
Ah.
apparently he needs my protection because Idle's around.
band in a bond. Banded armor for a bonded friend.
Indeed, and actually, an explanation to the group is that these are good berries. Not only are they should be really great berries, but the thing is that you eat one and it gives an HP back. Also, it feeds you for the whole day, water included.
You just gave him 5.
Yeah, he's gonna be
He's gonna be pissing like a racehorse.
he's gonna be very
Got
full.
some bloat.
I realize now that he might be throwing up. We should make him throw up. I panicked.
Nobody gives the good berries shit, by the way, when they're being ingested left and right. But
It's J Flash. Can you throw up
smoke
four?
some red from his ceiling.
We'll
and
deal,
everybody
we'll deal
has
with
it.
that when I need to.
So anyway, I have 5 of them left though, and we can use them. Like I cast it to feed him to get 10.
Yeah, go get stabby
So I
with
can
somebody
stab-
else, I guess.
Oh, somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep your good berries
No.
handy, as I
Yeah.
say.
We might meet other
Not
somebodies.
if you want this. Oh, shit.
That's gonna be love. So, any other provisioning or
Yeah,
yes?
so I learned my medium armor proficiency in my leveling up. So I'm after some form of medium armor. Ideally, like some scale mail, maybe.
Scale meal for the bard. Who knows his scales, does he not?
I get it.
Hey.
I learned that one.
It's still not funny.
Well, I'm an armorer, not a punnerer.
I like that one too.
Excellent. That'll be 5 gold.
Still not funny.
All right, so you're
Give you
after
a berry.
Scale, you say. All right. He quotes you a straight bid because he likes the lyrical sorts.
Nice. All right. 50 gold pieces.
Cha-ching.
Thank you.
And thank you, my
It's a lot
friend.
cheaper than mine.
It was, right? So, that's a nice, that's good armor. How do you feel like you got bad? I don't want you to feel like you have bad armor, my friends. It's great armor, great
Well,
armor.
I got to wear the other one. That felt nice.
Right? Something to aspire to.
I guess so.
That's progression. All right. Everybody's armored up. Everybody's, yeah?
Yeah, I might like to go for a bit of an upgrade.
Ooh, yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
If such is possible as well.
Presently just wearing plain leather armor.
All
you
right.
got
And
anything-
yet radiant in it. Right?
But yeah, nothing too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Something still fairly quiet, but maybe just a little bit of an extra,
You're
a
thinking
little bit more resistance.
maybe something with a little bit of studs?
Yeah,
Ah,
that would
I
do
have
it.
just the thing.
Mhm.
I have studded leather armor.
Perfect. Ah, yeah.
I studied it myself.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, and bedazzled a little bit in places as well. Yes, actually, it's good. And again, straight bids. He likes you, so he's not trying to overcharge you, which is for a Syrian merchant quite a thing. So, yep, there we go. Fits
Right.
perfectly.
Yes,
Some
it does.
alterations if you want. You can also put your name on any of the armor that you purchased, or have any engraving, really.
Monographed.
And I believe you can engrave armor as well, as I've seen. So, with that in mind, good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Yeah, we're good. Everybody, you
Hit
do
the
all.
road.
Prefer not to be
Confusing.
further stabbed.
Cling, cling, goodbye, my friends.
know how to
It's a good thing you
respond
didn't try to buy a helmet.
I guess so.
Good luck storming the abandoned corner. Because that's probably where you're going.
It's a nice callback. Good movie.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, will we meet him the next morning? Or we good?
Yes.
Right.
And
We're all provisioned out.
you are all provisioned out.
Let's-
You got
let's
plenty of
long
food.
live
You were
rest.
fed for days.
And
And that's true, too. You all can take a long
shitting
rest.
berries.
Yep.
Yeah, and get some berries. Actually, yeah, more berries where that came from.
Don't need any.
So we had a rest.
Yes, you guys, a nice long rest. In fact.
Nice
So
long
anything
rest.
that you wanted to, yes.
ready to hit the Lost Woods confusing
Yeah.
road ahead.
Right? The weird shimmering Brasira. Which, by the way, as a quick note, Idol, definitely, like, when you've looked out over the buildings, it does look familiar to you. Like, you feel like you've seen this before. All right. So, yes, you meet Amok. He is true to his word, and he's there right at the crack of 12:20. And rolls up. You see that he's got, like, a little mini hookah, actually, with color contraptions in it. I'm not even kidding, right? In lieu of a backpack, really, and a couple of different pipes that go
So
over
like
his
a
shoulders.
camel pack.
Ah,
for hookahs.
yes, kind of.
All right.
Right? Not any different from the good berries, just a different effect. But he swears that this is going to help him, like, pierce his way through.
You should try to stab him. See if it
Oh,
actually
no,
is
no,
any
no, no,
different.
no.
Okay.
It's very fragile.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
Right.
good to remember
Ah,
for us,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
so that we don't accidentally break it.
right.
correct, my friend. That would be very bad. And Amok would get the shakes. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, so we're ready to go. Everybody proceeds to the gate. Actually, here, interestingly enough, as you approach the interior wall, and there is actually an interior wall because Amok shows you a map that he has, which is in your new cartography bent. It's kind of interesting. It looks like from overhead that Brasira is actually a circular city. In fact, in the real world, quick aside, have you ever seen Baghdad? It's a similar kind of a vibe to it. Baghdad is actually a circular city with many concentric rings around it, the ancient one. Very cool. Brasira has a similar look to it, at least as far as this map is concerned. In fact, it looks like circles are kind of a big deal with the Sirens. And you see that, in fact, there are concentric rings that go around, and that in the margins in places, there's notations with strange sigils that you're not exactly sure what they all mean, but that's the map that he says for sure that he will be able to use to guide you through.
Excellent. So before we go in,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to use the scroll of aid. It's got an Aid has an 8-hour duration.
That was what I was going to ask. How
Yeah.
long was the last one?
Yeah, it's an 8-hour duration, which would put us well into the evening. I assume. Let me ask this fellow, Amok. How long do you think this journey is going to take?
It's hard to say, my friend. Very hard to say.
You can tell us.
Oh, no, it's not hard to articulate.
Yes.
It's actually just a bit hard to say in terms of estimation. But, if I had to guess...
That sounds great. Go ahead and guess.
Longer than a day, but shorter than a fortnight. Ding. No, but seriously, like, yeah, shorter than that.
So shorter than 2 weeks, but longer than
Longer than a day, shorter than 2 weeks.
Question. From our perception?
Mm-hmm.
So, or from perception of the outside world?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Right, that's that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, but it seems to make sense to him. If
You
you're
might want to
asking,
lay off the pipe. For a while.
What?
I actually think he should stay on the pipe and maybe pipe a little bit more. That seems to be the root of his superpowers. So maybe I won't use the aid.
Time, that would probably be prudent because, as he tries to explain, even time can sometimes literally play in weird ways with Imbrasira, and he tells you some horror stories of people that he's known that have gone in and then come out even a day later as much older people. So, all perils which I, Omaksul, will be able to guide you around. However, I simply say this as a
How
word
much are we
of
getting
caution.
paid for this?
Not enough.
I'm feeling not enough is very close.
If
How
we-
much?
10,000 gold pieces, my friend, is a lot of money.
10,000?
What did you get?
We
You need better bargaining powers, my friend. Or less questions. No, it is a lot of money, but basically that's the thing. It's a harsh environment in there, is what it sounds like. So when you ask him how long the journey takes, it's hard for him to say, but he hopes that you will return within a few days' time.
Man, there's a lot of trust in this stranger. It's like,
I mean, he's basically like your guide. He's
Yeah.
not like a Sherpa necessarily, but he's like the guide.
also,
that does it.
it sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's a tale. It's a tale.
the faceless will
Fun to do.
hopefully be known.
But yes, that's what he seems to think of.
All right.
I am totally down to visit the Temple of
The Temple of Time.
If we come back earlier than we left, we'll have
Then-
more time to tell people about the awesome things
See,
that we
now
did.
you are starting to understand.
But we would
The
see
amount- the
ourselves
calculations.
coming out of it
that
now.
still doesn't make any sense.
It could shorter. Wait, longer than a day, but shorter than 2 weeks. No.
That's
Yesterday
longer
would be shorter than 2 weeks.
The point is time, my friend. Really.
And if it's a full day back, that's longer than a day.
see, works.
It's shorter than
The
a day.
math checks out.
I start walking forward, just mind blown. Just like, I'm
As you
done.
go forward, you see that like here there actually are guards, and that actually would still gel with what you've heard about potential inhabitants and other planar visitations and whatnot. But there are guards actually that man these particular gates or this particular gate, and they are actually they look out towards the city itself. The gate here is shut, in fact. Curiously, you notice that every third guard, of which there's maybe 20, maybe 25, something like that, not a ton, every third one is blindfolded. There's like two that actually are sighted, and then there's a third one that has like a red bandana across the face. And they
Alright.
just sit there.
Shall we roll for who blindfolds themselves?
Oh no, Amix says no, my friends. This is the unsighted. They do have abilities to perceive into other realms,
Like
other
smell?
senses. Yes,
Touch.
perhaps.
Taste.
Oh, that's a good one.
Always. You are very sensual, my friends, and I like that. Now we are getting to know each other. No. Yes. The unsighted. This is their vigil. Their vigil is to perceive into other realities, other potentialities.
Oh, we have one
Start
of them.
clapping,
So-
applauding really hard.
So do they have specialties, or can they all see into all of the same planes or realities, or
I've never asked.
you just don't ask questions ever, do you?
I really don't. It's not my thing.
Buddy, you've got to learn some curiosity. Come on.
I'll get right on that. Nobody likes a monk. Well, he likes himself, and that's all that really matters.
I sort of like him.
It's a really quirky fellow. Yes, but so yeah, no, it's hard to know, and actually, it could be that they're just tight-lipped about that. It's just a really interesting kind of thing. So.
That's two whole face parts they're not using. Their eyes and they're tight-lipped.
Oh,
I got it. It's
good
okay.
point. All right. So, ready,
You
party?
didn't ask about the hearing.
do
So
this.
if
First some
they can't
evocative.
see or taste things, I guess they can smell it.
I think he said they can taste.
Yeah.
They're
Taste,
tight-lipped.
touch,
It's
feel,
just a joke.
love.
It's not.
They're
Propio.
not inhuman.
Sense. They seem
He
confused.
said to the party of half elves, half orc, and dragon.
Yeah.
Are these people all human? Like
Humanoid.
nobody bats an eye at the fact that there's none of us are human.
You know what's interesting? You're all fairly rare in general. Down here, you're exceptionally rare. And this is a point. You don't know, nobody knows for sure what race the Sirens were or how they would fit into the high race cosmology. But the people, like Omuk, for instance, who has talked to you, and he said, like, oh, I have, Siren ancestry. He looks human. Now, maybe he's full of baloney, but that's what he said, right?
Definitely full of smoke.
He's definitely blowing smoke, but yeah. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know what the Sirens actually were. But so to get back to your point about like how people react to you down here, they still know that all half orcs, half elves, elves exist, dragonborn exist. Even more rarely, Eladrin are certainly exotic. But yeah, it's not like they're freaking out and running away from you.
All right.
All right, so you pass through the strange inner gate. Its nearly silent and smooth opening works beyond your understanding. As you all clear the portal, one of the gate guardians gives a quick command and the gate closes as rapidly and perfectly as it opened. You stand on a wide street lined with incredible feats of architecture, although engineering alone cannot take credit for everything you see. It is said the Sirens were master sorcerers foremost, and nothing here would dispute that claim. Statues of incredibly fine detail, rotating obelisks, and perpetually twisting pillars dot the landscape, along with other structures with purposes that are harder to define. The air is even hotter now and more tangible. Not humid, but more substantive. The wind is given a freer rein, it seems, for small dunes of grit and sand pile and shift about. You've already enjoyed a sudden blast of sand in your face and eyes, even as you've entered. Despite the stillness, though, you know you are far from alone. Even now, you feel eyes upon you, and a fainter sense of forces aligning. But for or against you, as of yet, you cannot tell. And as you go, the gate closes behind you. All of Brasira stands before you. This way, my friends, this way! It does, this alchemical thing seems to, just give a little bit more. The lines actually are not so bendy. That's the best way to describe it, because sometimes when you look, things seem to shift a bit and play about, and that has a little bit of clarity to it. And he's like, this way! And he consults his map again. Something else you notice about the map, that is this circular thing. You swear this is true, and you actually, Frunk, see that it is true. That he can touch it occasionally, and the ink actually slides around. Every concentric circle.
Told you
Told me what?
that maps change.
Well played.
It's a dynamite map, by the way, right?
Yeah.
By anybody, but yeah, it's just like any kind of. He looks up, and then goes back to doing this way, my friends, this way. And start walking through. What is your marching order? I'm curious.
Well, he's in front, right?
Actually, no, he's not, or he doesn't want to be.
Right.
I mean, you can certainly push him out there and see what happens. That could be fun.
I would try to stay near the front, if ahead of him or aside him, if I can get him to keep up with me.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely be in front.
I stand right next to him in arm's reach of the hookah.
Yeah, right. He does have some emergency schnozzles, in case of this plater outbreak.
It's one regulator gets knocked out of his mouth underwater, then
Yes.
get the back.
So it sounds like
He's
we
got
might
an ankle hookah.
we might be 2 by 2 with me and Jay Flash, and then Frunk and the navigator, and then you two and back.
I'm actually off to the side chasing the winding lines. Like, you guys are seeing me doing, like, weaving left and right. And I'm like, I swear they're straight, guys.
I'm also wandering a bit, but it's specifically to look at things. Like, if there's anything that has any inscription or text or anything that looks like it might have once had any kind of power, like, stopping really quickly to, like, make a copy or, like, take a rubbing of something, like...
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
Mm-hmm.
sigil-rich environment here. Like, tons of writing, tons of really cool stuff going on that you're able to actually start to get in. And it is almost like you could construct your own form of a Rosetta Stone with enough time. Right? But it would take a lot of time. But that's, the science, all those kinds of things going on. So you continue to walk through. You see that there's a lot of buildings, like I said, that you don't know what the original purpose was, and pillars and statuary. Although you do also see ones that are similar to... But things where it's like you actually see the Sirens who wore, it seems like, shorter robes of cascading materials. They're in various dramatic poses. Doesn't seem like they had any shortage of ego themselves, actually. They do love a good image of themselves. So, walking through. Right. After you go for a couple of hours, you round a corner and see kind of a disarming sight. There is, in this large intersection, some kind of a totem or a pole, obelisk maybe, but that's a very specific shape. Just kind of like some pole that's jutting up and it's humming, like, and you see like lights scanning around or like strobing around, and in a circle completely around this, you see 6 figures that are like bowed over like this in robes. You can see kind of that they have golden masks on. Amok quickly hisses, "Sirens! Sirenists!" Right, which you know is like one of the cults that actually... And he pulls you back and you look, but you realize they're not moving at all as this thing just...
So,
Do we have to go through there, Amok?
I believe we do, yes.
All right.
Most unfortunate, wouldn't you say?
I would say, yeah.
Or fortunate.
Yes.
If
one were to, like, glory.
Yes, and these Sirenists, they're difficult foes. They would be worthy of a great tale should we best them in battle.
Or we could just go around them.
Detours, though.
Not
Here's
I mean, go
dangerous.
around them. We
Oh,
don't have
you
to.
mean
We don't have to barge through them.
I would not go through that intersection in any case.
All right. Well, let's.
Speaking of which, this is a perfect time for an arcana check. Right? Just those that's got it, give it a shot. And I do believe this is a trained or a proficiency one, so if you've got arcana, give it a roll.
I don't actually have proficiency in it.
Oh, but you have the skill.
I mean, I have an intelligence bonus that applies to it.
Oh, all right,
Liz,
give it a shot. I think sometimes that's interesting because I know that 5e has changed things up from the old way, where it's like, oh, you gotta have the skill, but now they're like, you don't have to have the skill. It just helps.
They do have the concept of trained-only attempts for like really difficult things.
Okay. Well, actually, for this at least, an untrained one will get at where we were going. 15?
Yeah, I got an 18.
Right on. Okay, great. For sure, Idol, you feel a pretty powerful wave of arcane energy and effect coming off that pillar, and it does seem to be kind of centered on it, but with very clearly defined boundaries.
Do I have any sense of what the people that are gathered around it are doing? Like,
No.
You don't need to bother them. Good. We don't have to go straight through that. You're leading us.
do they look like they have
You
pockets?
want to go around?
Yeah.
Do they look like they have pockets?
Yeah.
Hard to tell from here. Actually, the more you look, though, when you actually are looking for pockets, you realize that their robes are pretty tattered and weathered.
Kind of sad.
Let's just go around them.
We should put them out of their misery.
No, we shouldn't.
All right, I'm gonna say if you want to go around, he kind of beckons and you're starting to shuffle around. And as you're cruising around, you notice that the figures inside of the robes are really thin and possibly desiccated.
We should just keep going around still.
I'm gonna.
Don't go into that
I'm
thing.
not
Are they
going
alive?
anywhere. Watch this.
Could we throw a rock nearby?
No, listen. I've got this under
I
control.
pick up a rock and say, "Can I throw this rock?"
No. I'm telling you, stop.
Start doing the pullback.
No, I'll grab it.
She just
From
said,
you.
throw the damn rock, my
Don't-
tiny, stinky little
Don't
friend.
throw the rock.
Okay, so
I'm telling
I
you.
roll to try to throw the rock while you roll to try to stop me from throwing the rock.
What is this?
I guess athletics,
Acrobatics.
Do
acrobatics.
that all night.
So that's a 12.
Okay, athletics. So 14 plus 4,
Yikes.
8. T.
So,
All right, so Varys just threw a rock.
Okay.
But
All right.
but not to hit them, just to to land near them.
Yep, fair enough. It goes through, and right as it gets like a little bit in, it goes.
It's gonna stop.
Boom! You read The Expanse. No, yeah, but it does in fact stop.
Okay, right.
And just that's how it is.
Now can I do what I was gonna do?
But look at the rock. What are you
Use
gonna
my
do?
mage hands to poke one of them.
Don't get close.
I'm not getting close.
No, the mage
This
hand is a little ding ding ding.
Oh, okay.
Not,
Yeah.
not,
It's a little-
not these mage
literal
hands.
These are the rogue hands.
Right.
That
These
is
are
the
the
mage
jazz
hands.
hands.
These are the jazz hands. This is the wet willy. Actually, so you like boink, 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 and one actually even just kind of like falls over at a slow enough thing and hits the pavement, and the mask comes off, and you see that there's a desiccated face
Right.
within it.
I am gonna grab that mask.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yep.
I'll allow it.
Yep. This is my.
Get my rock while you're at it.
See that
No.
it's a very smooth, featureless golden mask. Amok is very quick to tell you that this is that is the wardrobe of the Sirenists that actually prowl in here in the abandoned quarter.
I use my mage hand to high five her mage hand. that was nice.
Yeah, and the rest of them are just there. Which is
So if
I high five myself.
so if these masks are what they wear, could we just put on masks and then maybe the others won't bother us?
possibly, but there's robes too. There's a demeanor.
I don't want to wear those.
There's a
There's the whole
handshake.
frozen in time shtick.
Well,
Let's just keep moving.
I mean, they do look. They've got a look. Like it's not just one thing. So it'd be hard. Yeah, it would be hard and still maintaining your armor and all that other good
right.
stuff.
I'll just take
It's,
the mask.
it's worth a shot, but it's also a neat keepsake.
It
maybe,
is.
right? Like you go back to your gate friend and be like, "Now this is a real fucking thing." It's like I got this from the abandoned corner. Yeah. So you kind of cruise around. Amok says, "See this as much as anything is what you need to beware of when you walk through these streets.
Humming poles.
And corpses.
Machinery out of time. Potent effects, spells that rended the earth. Poles. No. No. Searing mastery of time and space.
Humming
I will
poles.
say no
And
more.
corpses.
And corpses, right? And he walks away, clearly slightly perturbed at your inability
Can
to
I
grasp
use?
the greatness
Are
of
there any
Seer.
inscriptions on this?
Not that you can see, and it does seem like maybe getting closer feels like
Oh no!
nature's way
oh
of
no!
staying
That's-
away.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Use
It's-
my mage hand to take some paper, glue it to just over where there's an inscription, so the paper stays. And with the mage hand, I can use some charcoal.
That's a little
It's
bit
like a
beyond the
rubbing
ken
of
of
it.
a mage hand,
It always less than 10 pounds.
right? Do you need two mage hands?
It's a cantrip. I can
I have
cast
a-
it as many times
I
as
have a
very
he
helpful
also
second
has
mage
mage
hand.
hand.
Just because
My
that's
mage
such,
hand is your mage hand.
that's such a great visual. I don't get oh, the paper front. Oh, the paper. Just hurry up! Higher. Well, while the desiccated corpses of the Sirenists and the malevolent pole hum, you're able to come together and actually use complimentary mage hands to get this job done.
Abanamaksul question.
This is so
Yes.
cool.
We should definitely develop a mage hand secret handshake.
Oh my god.
That's how you'll know it's really you.
Yeah.
You were mostly scared of the humming pole, not the people themselves.
The Sirenists, they are to be feared. They
look very dead.
Here, these, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I assume they got whatever it was they desired. They activated this device,
And this-
but they were fools. They didn't realize the end result.
So, and the Sirenists could move. They got knocked over. They fell over, the mask rolled off his face, but the rock stayed in place, which I've thrown many more rocks because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Trying to make a face.
Right. The
so-
slow rock penetrates the shield.
So,
That's some Dune level shit
Come
right
on,
there.
what are you talking about? I've got my own material. Don't worry about anything.
so what stands out to me about this is that these guys can move, the rocks are in place. I'm wondering if the mask is magic, if the robes are magic or something, because...
To cut to the chase, and he kind of basically says this: these things that are here, it's beyond, literally,
Okay.
actually, beyond the ken to go. Oh, that makes sense. And that's
Cool.
logical. It's like these things
Throw
are
more
machines,
rocks.
and I say machines in passing. It's not like it's really tech. No, it's like this is magic, but it's so far beyond traditional stuff.
Okay.
That's where I'm trying to go with this.
Cool. I collect more rocks to throw for later, but let us go on.
All right, good. On you go. So, which direction, party? I'll make it actually like
Which
I
not cool.
know. See, the other thing I will say, I
You
will
have
say,
given us a MacGuffin, so we don't have to worry about that type of shit.
I will say that is the only peril with this particular adventure construction. As I'm realizing, I'm like, oh man, this means that like this.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, this is waiting
You
for
tell
encounters.
us, man.
Yeah.
Let us know the next thing we can't fight.
Oh, don't worry about that. So you keep going, and as the day progresses, if you're there, you hear a call. Here's how you do this, but it is also true. You hear someone calling out, kind of like a mad sort of exclamation.
Ah! Ah! Do you need assistance? He requires
Here, person.
assistance.
It's Chewbacca.
This
is a really
There's all
weird-
kinds of IP.
Interdimensional.
R2. Yes, no, but you hear someone coming, and I'm like, beware of anyone walking these streets alone. But my friends,
Maybe they have a friend.
they may have 5 with them forever. Not
What?
me.
Was
I'm
that
not.
a reference to us?
Yes,
Oh, I get it. Right. Yeah.
forever.
No, you're hanging out with us.
No,
Forever.
not
made
for,
that-
not for. This is a
You
job.
made that bed.
This is a job.
You're sleeping.
My friends, that's a throwaway line. I don't really mean it. Yep. All right. So yeah, you do hear something. You think actually it's close enough that.
Was the sound getting closer every time he yelled, or sounds
Yeah.
the same? It's
Yeah.
getting closer? All right. Follow my voice! You can find us here!
You see someone like walk around the corner. Someone who is dressed in a way that you've never seen before in the build. Just a really funky dresser. He's either super rakish and iconoclastic about the whole thing, or else you don't know well, you don't know what really. And also, his threads are very tattered. And he says some things in a language you don't quite understand.
That's close enough, friend. Hey, navigator, what's he saying?
I'm like, no.
I have something for this.
Mm-hmm.
I cast my scroll of comprehend languages.
What? That's.
It's almost like it was set up.
Oh, wait, it's a great scroll.
Open this case. There was a key. We went to a door. It was
I
locked. We unlocked the door. We went in.
I rolled that scroll, but then I'm like, I wonder if they're even going to use it. I did roll. I actually sat at home
I am
yesterday
using all
and
of the
rolled dice.
buffalo this week. Just like the lockets, whatever. Like I take out the fucking locket. It's like, just, you know this thing.
That's good. I hope you remembered the. So, yeah, basically, when you cast a spell, you are actually able to to engage this person, who for the most part seems crazy.
Flash doesn't do anything stupid. Well, I go. do nothing stupid.
We'll be the judge of that.
He does normal stupid things.
Which I'm not sure I'm entirely able to completely conjure the sense of
What?
frenetic madness.
Don't split the party.
Oh no, they've gone.
good call.
Oh, that's
This is going to be Frunk's replacement for now.
gonna be Jafar.
Right.
He's full of potassium.
Oh, I'm yelling. I'm loud and I'm yelling at people.
Oh, the banana doesn't talk, much like Frunk.
We could. You want to wait for them, or do you think we should? I honestly, we could go. Either
I think we
way.
keep going.
Alright.
I think that's the decision we made.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Because I do want to get into a spot.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to super role play this because it's because he's a madman and
Yep.
I'm so clearly not. That it's no, but he's basically he's raving. He seems lost. He references places that I know you've never necessarily heard of before. Even the dialect that the rest of you hear seems very
Right.
strange.
Do I know what language it is? Does the spell reveal that, or do I just understand it?
You understand it. I don't think you know what language it is.
Okay.
But yeah, if that's not the case, let me know.
I guess I can.
Okay.
I've got it on a piece of
But you
paper
could
right
try,
here.
try to ask him.
Wait a minute, no, I don't,
Um,
because it's not one I took.
But you could try to ask him.
Yeah.
You know, some questions and
I,
approximate answers.
Yep. So I want to know, how did he get in here?
I visited. I came to visit the city. I stepped through the door, through the gate. That's
Through the gate with the guards,
The-
with the blind guards.
the gates are always guarded. They're always guarded.
Ask him about his clothes. They're awesome.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Oh, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
The sound is of the chords. The sound is of the
Oh, okay.
the sound.
How long have you been here?
Just how long have I been here?
I'm asking you, buddy.
I arrived. I have arrived.
Okay, who knows?
Can-
Okay,
Where was I going?
okay. I don't.
Here's another salient point, by the way. He doesn't have anything on him. How the heck is he eating or drinking? Very weird.
Good berries.
But
Where? So what? Yeah, where were you going? Do you know where you were going?
I arrived. I was coming here. We were traveling.
Who's
It
we?
was a we.
Oh, this was
Who's
your.
we?
More than us, and we stepped in. We came here. We arrived, and then it fell away. It all fell away.
Did you come through a physical gate, or
He's like blank stare when you say
okay?
that.
I don't know.
Who will do it?
Who can do what? Who can do what?
Who can find it again?
Find.
Who can find it again?
Ah.
And then with this, he gets like really frenetic. And he goes, "Oh, we'll find it again!
Okay, who can find?
Oh, we'll find it again!
Who? What? Who can find what? What are you looking for?
All of it." And
All
with
of
that,
it, okay.
He collapses into
Okay.
uncontrollable sobs.
Okay, poor guy. I just feel bad now.
Right. First contact with the
What did you say?
sentient soul.
I didn't. I was just asking him questions.
You should have asked about his clothes. People love hearing things like that.
The madness.
So is he dangerous?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
No.
Do you, sir, do you want to come
Dragon!
with us? I knew that word. Do you want to come with us into imminent danger, but then later safety?
Louder and slower.
Do you want us danger safety?
As you're saying this, you see this little hookah pipe, and you see Amit like, well, which he seems to not want to take. And then finally, the guy's like, yes, 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 I will go with you. And then he books off.
Did he say that in common?
Oh, that's funny. That's right. Because that's
Huh.
those damn squirrels. No, so yeah, he was like,
He nodded.
right. And actually, and then nods, and then just books off. Which, in fairness, was probably his course. Anyways, he runs.
Hey, Navigator? Any chance he just went the right way?
I highly doubt it.
All right, well, we tried.
Next.
It's true. I mean, here's the thing, and I think you could relate this to the party. He was insane. Like,
Yeah.
maybe someday with some redemption, maybe that could have happened. But he would have been a handful. So I don't think you should feel.
Yeah, those aren't the types of people I like to redeem, really.
Why?
Come on.
What, you have a standard?
No.
Maddest. All right.
Maddest.
Yeah. This gives me the feeling that maybe we don't want to spend a lot of time here.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
maybe
think we
less
have
than
any
2
control
weeks.
over how much time we spend here.
I was under the impression that nobody really knows how this passes.
Right. Alex was like, at last we have come to a mutual conclusion. That is correct. We do not want to stay here. Which is why I will be walking very quickly this way.
Staying with him.
Yeah, I know. Roller coaster ride. I'm inadvertently constructed.
We got too far away. We did desynchronized. Trying again.
This wasn't.
It's cool. It's cool. Go with it. Let's go.
Yeah. Sandboxes are cooler though.
Man.
All right. I really non-sagely.
We agree,
Yeah, of course, right? I was like,
as by principle.
The industry seems to be accepting more linear quests again. There's still a place for them.
There's still a place.
in my
For
heart.
the handheld linear quest.
Well, you continue on actually, and it's starting to get dark, and that's odd because you had departed at the crack of noon 20.
And it has not been.
It's only been a couple hours.
It's only been I'd say you've probably been walking and doing everything for about 4 hours. Which because
And we're
Is
not
this Seattle?
Syra is
at a
vast.
latitude in which that's normal.
It's not Seattle.
No, not really. I mean, this is a little weird, and and Amik says this is kind of how it goes. Sometimes it's not.
As our guide, where should we stay for the night?
I don't know. Where would you like to stay? What are you looking for?
You're our guide. You said to not stay in one
Something.
I
place.
see 3 to 4 star in. Like,
Are there interior spaces here? Or is it just hallways and monuments?
When you say that,
And locked doors.
a person appears next to you.
What the shit?
Oh,
in a
there.
short robe with the cascading skills says, "Ah, my friends!" And this is strange because you hear and understand this person perfectly. Are you looking for lodgings this evening? Well, we can indulge you. We are right this way. Everything you could possibly want in lodgings of overnight stay, of splendor, hedonism if you desire, and certainly restive properties for those who are more sedate in their undertakings. Curiously, everybody give me a will
What
save.
the shit?
Seriously.
That's how I respond.
Well,
Yeah.
am I rolling?
Will DC 14.
Will?
Wisdom. Wisdom.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yikes.
Wisdom.
I guess I'm on board.
All right, I noticed nothing wrong with this.
19.
You make it?
6.
All right. All right. So this is great, actually. So you say, what the fuck? And everybody else is kind of like, how can we afford not to? And so this
Guys.
this
Shut up, Buzzkill.
this newly formed apparition is like right this way, and you start walking off, following this person. And of course, this is perfect. This is a really good deal. This is exactly what you were looking for. Is right here. You go around the corner. Amik, by the way, also is with you. With the, what the fuck?
Can I sucker punch this guy?
Yeah.
Did I sucker punch this guy? Nothing.
Nothing.
Does it dispel?
All right.
us
Does
at all?
that that helping you guys at all?
Jaflesh, we've been in several fights for our lives in the last week.
You deserve a
You
good
decide,
rest.
This is not
you
a
decide
thing.
to attack the proprietor of the finest inn, perhaps the only inn in this entire city?
The finest inn for sure. That is for sure.
The
only
finest inn for sure.
Finest inn for sure. Quickly, my friends. Very reasonable rates for all who
Reasonable
qualify.
rates, you say?
Yes. You'll want to stay forever.
All right, I'm gonna try to persuade one of these guys that using my persuasion. Excuse me.
Yes. That's okay. Brysira cleans that right out.
Great.
See how cool the city is? See how cool this
my Perrier.
Yes.
I'm gonna literally say this is a ghost.
Question
I'm gonna
about
grab my fey little friend.
Could I, because I just want to see him succeed so badly, even though I don't know what he's doing, I can't help him at all? Okay. Cool. Big smile on my
You're
face.
currently
You're noticing
in this thing.
Oh my... Dude, we could, be bunkmates. We could hang out.
Right?
We could-
There's
All
a lot
right,
of fun
well,
stuff.
since it's close, so I'll take an action, cast protection from evil and good, which I have written down
Okay.
just for one of my slots, on my stinky little friend.
Mhm.
Just to
And
try
that
to-
dispels, a charm?
So protect. It grants several ability creature.
I think it says can't be charmed. The target. can't
Yeah,
be
so
charmed.
basically can't be charmed. Can't be charmed. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by
Does that
aberrations, celestials,
Resisting
elementals,
charm?
fae,
Yeah.
fiends, and undead.
Does it break current condition or simply prohibit?
I have no idea. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect. So basically, I can give him protection, and then the next
I'll
time
tell
he
you
does-
what, just because I love the bond that you have truly forged over the course of these last 5 sessions.
I think it's one-sided from...
Just because of this one-sided, unrequited bond that's been... I am gonna... Yeah, you kind of shake out of it, but make me a narrative deal. This happens, but then the rest of the people who have failed
Gotcha.
do go into the building.
Oh, yeah.
There was an actual building that we were going into?
Yeah, and you know what? It could be an inn.
What the
actually.
shit, you morons? Come on.
It could actually be an inn, and that's when Amok actually, and you're like, wow, this is the best. I mean, this is the best you've ever stayed in. 4 or 5 stars. Raves the guild outright. The guild Far Rider. I don't know. The guild Far Rider. That's the. When you actually look at it, this is a really great inn. Although, in fairness, it's also pretty dilapidated in certain ways. I mean, Syrian architecture endures, but whatever soft fineries once existed have long since been scoured away.
Are no longer soft or fine.
Right. But you seem to be at the desk where one would check in, kind of waiting expectantly. And Amit kind of grabs your shoulder and he goes, this is one of the phantasms of the Sirens. A trick they would employ for the easily gold and the simple-minded to pull them into their...
I'm pretty
It's-
simple-minded.
I won't disagree, but even so... That's right. I'm like, take some of this. Take some of this.
Does that make him, come out of it?
Sure. You can do another roll. You can try another.
That's what I was
this
hoping for.
This was yep.
Can I get some more clarity here?
Yeah, get some more clarity.
No, I cannot. not.
You know,
At
but
all.
again, it's such a welcoming place to be in this neat inn. It's the best inn on the Vild.
Now this is an after-school special.
Actually, it really is. You just want to sit around and not play sports and not
Maybe get into trouble.
get in such trouble. Keep such a thing. Yeah. So, anyways, you can actually probably impose some checks. This was kind of just a fun thing that happens. You stay here forever. It's a DC 14 will save. You will eventually make it. But
Try me.
Yep. Lionel and I might be here for a while.
I just rolled a net 1. So.
yeah.
Look, do,
Well,
do they have a spa? Do they have room
They
service?
do. They do actually.
Can I get room service to the spa?
Yes. You can have anything you desire.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to put it on your Siren card, or or we accept gems, coins, platinums?
That's gotta break her.
I've got.
We
At a
accept.
certain point, she's gonna give up money.
We accept. We accept
Why don't you
orbs.
put it? Do you have a? Do you do a tab?
We'd have to run a credit check.
Wait, no, that'll actually probably come back fine.
Actually, it's not only two. With many of your forged accounts. All right, yes, they agree to the credit check. And you actually are put up in something that would have passed once upon a time for a nice room.
This is okay. This is fine.
Are there any other people staying here?
No, but you like that better because it's secluded. You can tell your other friends you found this little spot, and it's
There's
just for
something
you.
itching me if I can't get into a fight while I'm staying here.
Oh, we have the finest brawls, my friend.
I mean, I
You
could
simply-
fight you.
Oh,
We could
I
fight.
know you
but
would.
That would be
first,
wonderful.
I want a massage and a facial, and I want my nails done.
done, my friend. We will be right over there. Come quickly. Yes. And as for you, room service has fights. Donnybrooks of any making.
Hey,
That is incredibly thoughtful of you.
Well, we cater to all sorts, do we not?
I've been released from this because of his action.
Mhm.
Cool. So
But
I
it's
want
quite amusing to see your friends.
Right, so I was gonna be like, hey,
marketing
guys,
phantasm.
I realize that we're in danger here, but I kind of want to see what the fight looks like, and I kind of want to see how they do a facial and a massage. Do you think a ghost comes out?
Well, another phantasm does actually appear, and
Oh my
it was like,
god.
Is it working? Do you feel things?
Do I?
you sure do.
Oh,
Doesn't
this
look
is
it's
so
having any effect.
This is amazing.
It's basically
it's like,
it's like
it is-
Reiki.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You feel it, right?
Yeah, you feel it, right? There's a lot of yes.
This is
Situations
amazing.
going on. Isn't it neat? And so food, and then you actually someone goes, did someone order a fight?
I punch him in the face.
Oh,
Now, does it?
good shots, my friend. And he hits you, and you kind of feel like,
Ha ha!
and now you see Varys.
Is he punching
Oh,
a ghost, or is he just fighting like randomly nothing in
Oh,
the
right,
air?
this could become like The Shining, couldn't it?
Oh, it could, totally.
It really could.
Or it's just like, is he fighting anything? I don't know.
Yeah, that is a really good question.
So
I'm
would
just
it,
like,
would it actually manifest to him, or does it just manifest?
I think in this case it just manifests to you, Dietrich, because you ordered something special. And same, actually, really, when it comes down to it, you're probably also getting a phantasmic, right? And so you just kind of see your friends and party mates
I shall
actually
kick his ass, Diedrich.
being pampered invisibly, or being catered to whatever whims that you may have. And what would you require, my friend? Oh, I know. Don't worry. The best of the hookahs you've ever seen.
Well done.
Actually, well done. And also, and a really cool instrument too. And now that you look around, you're
Certainly.
pretty sure, even though you can't see anyone, there are adoring fans. There are people that respect the artistry that you've laid down. Not just now, but over all those years.
Pull your sleeve. I'm like, all right. So how long should we let this go on? I mean, I'm loving the Diedrich fight here,
I'm
and
not even really sure how to break this up, to be fair. Do you just carry them out?
It's odd.
The
Idols.
small, the
That's a good
the
point.
Massage
the-
thing.
what is
The
what is
stabby
a,
little
Dangerous
elf, I
game.
sort of want to
What is a monk?
to be honest.
Actually, you are playing. Yes, like thank you. This next number I did in Bayward on the streets when I was much younger. I assume something like that. Fighting, nice pampering going on. Amok is just sitting on the counter now, just like
does he have an idea of how to solve this?
I do not.
Ah, well, all right.
I could cast. I mean, I could put them to sleep.
That'd be interesting. What?
Like that would stop the phantasms, I
Right.
guess.
How-
I could.
I like that I'm literally
Try to-
air guitaring.
There's a really good visual.
Oh
I
wait.
had like all this stuff going down.
So can Frank hear me?
Thank you.
And he can hear me speak to him.
Yes,
Cool.
yes.
I got an idea. Hey, Frank, you know your favorite music type, right? I want you. Could you play me a song like sounds like Wonderwall? Yeah, could you play that for me? in this mystical world. It's a high beat song. It's really fun and happy. It's only happy. We only want to hear happy songs.
Wonderwall is neither fun nor happy.
Nor is it known in the lexicon of the village.
Something like Wonderwall.
There's a different song in this world called Wonderwall. It's very upbeat.
It's not a meme.
It's not
I say, there's Razor Wall. That's a song from the Great Reef that rends ships and ends lives.
I'm trying to get him to sing something he would hate so bad. He would be like, man, this does not seem like a good day.
Pretty into it.
Damn it.
Yeah. Why haven't I been playing this music my whole life?
It's true.
They're lost forever.
They love it. They love it. They love it here. You are huge in Brysira.
They're lost forever, man.
Well,
Shall we
time
just-
passes. If you want, you can make another
Sure
save.
does.
If you really want to not be pampered anymore and get in the fight of your dreams and the adoring crowds and the nice massages, that's
I'm
up
just
to you.
sipping on a Cosmopolitan and having a pedicure, and
Another idea.
It seems pretty good.
this is
I'll make another
okay.
save if that's allowed.
Sure.
That's a thing that we're doing after time. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's an 18.
All right.
That fight was too well choreographed. Things do not normally go that well for me.
Doesn't matter because they love you here, and that's the really cool thing.
Okay. Yeah, this is just awesome.
Is it time for the mani pedi then?
Yes.
Is Frunk still bewitched?
They're really into me here.
It's so great to play in Brysira.
Frunk, I gotta talk to you, man. I want to reach out to you, friend. Frunk, I feel like we've connected. You told me about your music. You never wanted to be fake. You always wanted to be real.
That does it.
That's great. Wow. Inspiration.
You're right. This is bullshit.
Look at this gaudy anus of a luxury hotel.
All right.
Yeah.
So do we just want to go arm link idle on out of here, or what do we?
Yeah, I mean, we could let her just enjoy this for a little while longer while we walk.
She really does seem to be enjoying the pampering. That does seem to be true. Also, it is fair to say that it's not a bad place to hunker down for the night.
Yeah, that was sort of my thinking.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Like,
We're
even if
free
you
of
guys
the
were
spell,
still
but we still
enslaved this evening, we were going to sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
And
that seems
then I
fine.
would just drag your asses out of here in the morning.
oh, that's a good why ruin it?
Yeah.
Really? And then we're just going to stay here after all that?
That was
Oh my
like,
God.
I was like, I'm not, I'll wait till the morning.
Boo!
We gotta sleep anyways.
If I have to sleep with cold stone, so do you.
Yeah.
Did anyone even expend a spell slot? Are we?
I did.
We're ready to rock. Okay.
I did his.
He broke me out
That's
of it.
right. That's right.
I was going to
Just-
try to return the favor, but apparently we're leaving.
Just
I don't
ready to
just
go.
enjoy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing. And Amok does explain a little bit as you all prepare for bed. That's the thing. Is that the Sirens were advanced in many ways, and one of them was their merchanteering. And so, yes, you would have things like this to pull people in. And of course, it didn't really work on Sirens, but it worked on visitors a lot.
Yeah,
Right?
apparently.
Mm-hmm.
My crazy guy.
Yep, right? All
It's a tourist trap.
Spirit love and marketing. So then, with that in mind, you have a nice, restful night. Do you set a watch? Do you...
Yes. I
Are
don't
you-
trust this
Are you
place.
still...
Yeah, probably. I mean, I probably
you
sleep
sleep with
eventually,
little
but
awesome
oh yeah, I'm
cucumbers
just
on
like
your
in a
eyes.
mud bath with the cucumbers.
Yes. You certainly seem to still be
Idle
enjoying
just fell
this place.
asleep in the mud.
Right in the corner. But with a smile, it's like... Yes, it's really relaxed. Right, it's a full good night's sleep. So, yes, do a little watch. do a
Yeah,
little-
I'd take a share of the watch.
Yep.
I can, once you do how many hours, because I only take 4 hours to
Right.
sleep. So I'll be ready real quick.
What are you doing, Mark?
What am I doing?
I have no idea. I can't tell.
Don't worry, whatever attacks us is just a ghost.
Yes. With champagne. The night passes uneventfully. In the morning, you wake to.
Or so you think.
You wake to a nice, bright morning. Everything seems right. Amik wakes up. You are prepared to go. Oh, you wake up to a 4-course breakfast, of course, with a wonderful croissant.
we take the rocks out of her mouth and wake her up.
It is delightful. It is delicious. And you check out, and the staff is sorry to see you go. But they give you a little doggy bag for later.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
It's a shoe.
It's a shoe. Thank you so much. Yes, all right. Let's sit back out on the streets.
Oh, man, you guys, I just had the best night of my life. That was so nice.
It is actually true.
My
That was,
skin is so
that was
clear.
totally real. We're going to go next on hookers.
It's totally real.
You know what? If the shoe fits, right?
Eat it.
We absolutely have to stay here again on our way out.
totally
Like, this
will.
was so good.
That's probably going to happen.
The way we're rolling.
Right. Don't forget to write us up on Vilp.
Ooh.
So yes, so you take back off. I'll look at some points because probably give you guys some choices, but right now you do appear to be getting closer. He actually shows you on the map, and certainly like you with your cartography and everybody else, that he can kind of show like as you're going in, and he rotates the concentric rings around. That actually you have been making fairly steady progress. Although even at times you're kind of surprised because. It doesn't always seem like you're going in a straight line. You do actually appear to be going in a straight line. If that makes any sense, that's just the weird nature of the city. So you go for several hours through the day, and then one moment, please. As I oh yes. So towards midday, and this appears to be a true midday. You hear a wind suddenly come up out of nowhere. Just a few blocks over, howling, in fact. It seems to be making a steady, somewhat unerringly direct path towards you.
The wind.
The wind.
The howling wind.
The howling wind.
Is heading towards us.
It would appear that way. It would sound that way.
So the wind is. So there's something that's like getting louder.
Is it like a train?
Yeah, it was like, you know, I was saying before how the streets
Is it
are...
like a tornado?
Like a...
Does it inhale?
No. Okay. It doesn't have such mortal limitations.
I wasn't sure if something was shouting.
Yeah.
Do you require assistance?
I know CDR. Unnerving because it actually just appeared, or appeared to happen rather suddenly. And it's not that there has been wind through the day, as I said, like dust devils and other things. Like the wind blows, there's sand, there's grit. But this seems like a fairly violent amount of noise to come from not that far away. But it's probably nothing.
Axe is out.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems bad.
You guys are gonna fight the wind.
Oh, what a tale that would be.
What a cool folk song.
You're gonna break the wind.
You can't change the wind, my friend. Just try it out. So that didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Yes, you have this quick round of preparation before
The wind
what?
comes here.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to try to tuck Amaksul like directly behind me. Because he's
All right.
probably been out to like show the map and stuff. Just
yes. So
pushing him
Well,
into safety.
do we?
one.
I mean, I can hang out with him.
I push him directly behind J-Flash.
this
I
definitely
take one more big tug,
Yeah.
hoping that helps give me some clarity in the fight to come.
as does he. in fact, Almok is I'm not gonna lie, he's smoking tough because he's like no. This is what we were not wanting. This is what we were not wanting. A tear has happened
Fair.
in all of it.
But
All
like,
of it.
Don't even try to understand.
no, this is probably important.
Yeah. You also, as an Eladrin who does some misty stepping on occasion, you do understand the idea of these kinds of things. And the idea of a terror maybe means that there's what you perceive, and then there's many worlds coterminous with this one. And a tear might just be like the fabric that you see in the Weave District for instance.
Oh.
What? So that could very well be. That could very well.
No.
Be. What?
He gets it. Gets it.
Oh wow, man. So all right,
Oh no!
everybody, declare what you do.
I am going to cast Sanctuary on Amok. So it's a normal cantrip, but basically what it does is I can ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose blah blah blah. If the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, the spell ends.
Okay,
So
all right.
he's not attacking anything.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that is on Bears.
No.
You're okay.
On
Amok. Thank
Amok.
you. That's great. He's not going to attack.
Yeah, that's why I did it on him.
All right.
I
Agree.
want to investigate.
Investigate.
I want to know if it's a terror. I want to know what there is. What it
Yeah,
is.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And, I mean, it seems like it's just a couple blocks. I mean, literally maybe a block and a half
Is
away.
it?
It
So
seems fairly close.
Is it moving or is it stationary?
It seems like it's coming at you.
Oh, so I guess let's take positions to cover buildings around us.
Yeah, I want to see if I can see anything in it / through it.
Potion of climbing.
You
Clamber on top
can't
of
see it
something?
yet, but you could actually just book up to the corner of the street that it appears to be barreling down.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I want to do
I
that.
will tell you what that is on initiative, from your initiative. But you run up and you're like, whack. You
If I see her moving ahead of the group, I'm staying with her. So
Okay.
Axe is out, just trying to stay at the vanguard.
all right, so you two are, say, 20 feet away from the group. All right. Flash, are you? Oh yeah, you're standing where you are.
I'm hanging out with.
Yep.
I'm gonna hang.
So I'm gonna try and stay at Diedrich's back and follow them. If he's moving with her, I'm moving with him.
All right.
I take they're 20 feet away from J Flash. I take the 10 foot away, so I have very close to both sides.
All right.
Sort of split the difference.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
sort of
cool.
nervously hum in that way that's go to not sure what's going on, but I need to know.
Don't hum, it's going to stop time.
So you look around the corner.
Yep.
You see it looks like a sandstorm, but interlaced with black and streaks of some terrible wrongness, which is weird. It's hard to describe. This conceptually is hard to describe. That just storms like a train at you. It surges past you. Sand blasts you in the face. Suddenly you hear horrible, horrible whispering. You hear profane truths that are just at the edge of your sanity.
Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Flash, you see this blast into envelop your friends and pass you. It's not like you can't see it. It's just right. There's some other things that are moving in it. You see two horrible shapes, things, entities within this miasma of sand and wrongness that are just and it's really pretty terrifying. Mouths, eyes, nothing else, amorphous, undulating creatures that blast over you. As you flash, you see the sand envelop your friends and then turn a corner with you. It seems like there's plenty to go around. Initiative, friends. All right. Does anybody beat a 20?
No.
That's okay, neither did I. How about a 15?
Yes.
Woohoo! What'd you get?
19.
Oh, nice. 14, 13, 10,
12.
12.
And 11.
Nice.
I got worse than you.
Yeah.
I got 9.
Well,
Say it louder so stream can hear.
I rolled a 2, but that's okay
that is okay.
because I don't really want to fight.
And not just that, but the way that your character, it's actually it's better for you to be able to help.
Yeah, I can respond.
More time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The attacks you won't be making.
You say that, I'm gonna save your fucking ass.
All right, folks.
I will snark right up to that right up to the death's door.
So-
Snark dragon.
Idle. The first thing that happens is this thing storms around you. You do also see one of these indistinct shapes, this profane wrongness that is within 10 feet of you and closing. It's your turn. But the first thing that needs to happen is, please give me a strength DC 10.
Is this a save? Yeah. I did just make a 10.
Cool. What happens is you realize that in some amount of area around, there's some weird effect going on, that it's actually just deforming the earth. Even the Siren stone, which is saying something because of all the things. It's like it's making it doughy and malleable, as if it's just changing its reality, its type. The other
It's a
thing
dough.
is, let's see,
Streets paved with
not
bagels.
not you and Varys, because you two are together with Amuk.
I'm a little bit, or I'm farther back.
Oh, I'm
but-
splitting the difference. That's right. But the three of you also need to give me, please, a Wisdom DC 10.
It's a save.
Not us. Theirs.
13.
Oh, me also.
Yes.
Okay. 12.
8.
All right. So I had to do that first because the as you come into the presence of these things just happen. Like just hearing it happen, so it could affect your turn. So Deidre, on your turn, we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna roll some more dice.
Good.
Idle.
I
You're
love
up.
those.
There's one of these weird things right in front of you. Even though the ground is hard, you can get through it.
Yep.
It is a weird, tricky thing.
Yep.
So
Attack the darkness.
Well, I know
I
that
attack the
I know
darkness.
that I'm supposed to, but
yeah.
Group 935 is telling us that there's a white noise whenever there's moments of silence, which I don't think we should fix if we're going to fight these like otherworldly monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it
That's
sound like that?
that's just them.
Right, what you're hearing is a fan running, and we have a noise gate. So when we stop talking,
Oh,
we'll stop talking for a second.
We have the most powerful PCs.
We'll,
They're the best PCs.
we'll stop
They
talking.
can barely run OBS.
It is, in fact, one of the most.
Why did I get punched?
he was saying to stop talking. He was saying if we stop talking, as if we had to demonstrate.
all right.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, it goes quiet like that.
All right.
Right.
So
We
yes.
can't hear
I
each
guess
other.
I'm gonna shoot it
Okay, with your bow.
with my bow.
Alrighty.
I roll a 23.
Oh, that hits. In fact, amazingly so. You're just right into this thing.
Nice.
People working on it.
We did.
Good, good.
There are a number of people in the studio.
6 damage.
6 damage. All right. The arrow strikes true. It's hard to know exactly how much damage you did. It just into it, but you definitely hit it.
Okay. So they're hittable.
Yeah, they are hittable. That's true. In fact, fairly easy hittable. They're not super dexterous. Varys, it's your turn. This horrible gibbering sound is in your ear. However, you passed that save as well. Did you? Oh, did I not ask you? Right?
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
asked
Yeah,
you.
because you're So actually, about 30 feet away
Right.
from you, you see now like two undulating figures.
Okay, so 2 individual figures.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
And you see Idol like shoot at one.
Right.
Strike it. You see like something funky going on. Diedrich has a strange expression on his face,
Gotcha.
even for a dragonborn.
He seems to be smiling more, but he doesn't have
And that is unnerving.
but he doesn't have lips, so I really don't know. Well, the first thing I do, I guess I'm going to try to cast Fairy Fire on in the general area where they are to try to encapsulate both those things. That way I can...
That's a burst, right? Everybody makes that save.
yeah, the 2 guys who are in there. Let me pull up exactly.
in the volume.
Right,
It's a
so-
area effect.
So the two creatures could.
20-foot cube, and they have a dexterity saving throw.
Which these guys are gonna fail.
Hey, my
Almost
dex
certainly.
is.
Not you.
But not you. Yeah, the
Almost certainly.
We can position it though, right? Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can. This is where battle mats do help because
Right.
it's sort of like. But
We got general distances.
let's see. Yeah, because
you can tell
you're,
if-
you're 10 away from the one.
So I can cast it 60 feet away from me, and if I'm 30 feet from it, that means if I cast it,
I'm sure with specific battle mapping, you could
could just do it
drop
just
a few
right.
one- Yeah.
so
I always thought it was surreal when wizards would do that with their fireballs, where it'd be like,
Right.
right there. It's like, wow, that's pinpoint accuracy. but it works. All right, yeah, you can drop it just on that.
Okay.
So what is the dex save? 8
so
plus your proficiency, which is 2, which is 10, plus...
plus my proficiency, so that would be get some help from Frunk.
One of these days you'll
it should
fill
just
out
be your
character
spell
sheet.
safety.
My spell
Yeah.
save.
Yeah.
Okay, so DC plus so 14.
14. Yeah.
It's just 14, yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. One makes it, which is really saying something. The other does not.
Cool.
So inexplicably, actually, it's not even a matter of dex, although that's what we call it. It's
Right.
like it just smears and undulates for a minute as if it wasn't there, or maybe it was, or whatever. It didn't catch, but the fairy fire does outline the other one.
Cool.
Is it the undamaged one is outlined?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I choose violet because it's very pretty.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna transform yet. Not really quite sure what's going on with this thing.
Fair.
Not sure if bear can eat these.
As part of that process, yeah.
Diedrich,
Yeah.
please roll a d8 for me.
I got a 7. I'm sure that's good.
It is good. We'll say 1, 2, 3. I'll roll a d8. So 7, 8 is the critter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right. You attack idle.
I sure
Oh,
do.
shit.
But I mean, is it idle though? Is it?
No, it's
No.
definitely one of the creatures, but smaller.
Right.
And it has Idol's bow. I have to get it back.
You know.
Okay, so I'm attacking Idol,
That's fine.
and I think she's one of the monsters. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, but I can still see the other creatures, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try to
You can
catch.
game it a little bit.
My plan was to get the 2 of them with my breath weapon. So now I just have to get the 3 of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to fire. I'm going to shoot my ice breath at all 3 of them in a cone,
Sounds good to me.
and then I'm going to do more things to you, Idol. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
So
We'll see about that.
DC 13 con save for all 3 of them.
DC 13 con save.
Yep.
Exactly 13.
You make it. So you will only take half damage.
One does not make it.
Okay, so it is 2 damage for the full, 1 damage for half.
Yay!
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Nope.
My heart wasn't really in it. Some part of me knows that this is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd like to believe that's exactly what it is.
And then I'm going to action surge to attack Idol with both my axes.
jeez.
Because that's absolutely what I would
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
So that, wow,
Ah!
I can't hit her. So
Nope.
that's a 13 and 8.
Nope.
Yeah, I miss her twice.
Well done.
Some part of me knew.
Party blood is thicker than water.
Unless you're trying on armor, apparently.
Hey, I wanted to stab you.
Casual transaction gone
Is
horribly wrong.
does this end, or am I still stuck in this?
Yes. Yes. You are, in fact,
Which of those
Wait.
2 things?
That was
yes.
not a yes or no question.
random attack. Hold on. I do have to. This is funny. I tried so hard not to consult the monster menu and you know, of course, blow the illusion of
Yep.
high production. I've tried so hard to cultivate. But in this instance, there's no other way around it. Because I do want to know that for sure.
Just love this idea of like you getting your comeuppance for stabbing
Wow.
Jay Flash.
This is well. I mean, this was a marquee
Yeah.
encounter. It's every turn that you start within sounding of the gibbering, you have to make another save, and then
So next turn I'll try again.
right now. But if you make the save, then you can do your action as you would do it.
Otherwise, I keep attacking my
Do I
friends.
notice?
or
do I
it's,
notice
it's
that?
random.
I noticed that he
You can
attacked.
run off. You can do
Right.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
So I noticed that he attacked.
Yeah. And in what you would divine this pretty clearly that these things that are in this are madness, and they're affecting your friends in all kinds of crazy ways. But if you think about it, so far you've seen, you know, a weird circle of cultists that just allow themselves to die around this undulating thing. You've seen a marketing phantasm, really pampering your friends. And then you've seen some mad traveler from somewhere wandering the streets. So this is kind of par for the Syrian course.
Yep.
Okay, Frank.
Hello.
Hello. Now, you've done all your saves, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, the only one you haven't done is if you move to attack one, you would do a strength DC 10.
I see.
Because I'm assuming that you're a little bit further than 10 away. But you did the gibbering save?
Yeah, you did.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
So, there you are. You're about 12 feet, let's call it.
Okay, and I'm a little uncomfortable getting near Diedrich right now, so I'm gonna
Seems
actually
fair.
kind of back away a bit and cast my newly learned spell, level 2, Cloud of Daggers, around the two that I know are actually the real two.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a small, what is it? Let me get the description for you.
It's really neat, though. It sounds cool. A cloud of daggers?
Cloud of daggers. So
Wow.
I fill the air with spinning daggers in a 5-foot cube centered on a point I choose. So are they next to each other? Can I get them both in this?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, he just attacked idols, so I'd
So
say
I'm
yes.
putting this cloud of daggers
He's not
right
putting it on
Wait,
us.
what?
on the
not
gibbering.
on-
Now there's
not on
on
the
Why would you do
on the
this?
bad guy.
oh, because I thought it was a defensive they would have to
No.
go through the daggers to get you.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it will
They
be
would.
this sort of
But we
thing.
would also have to go through the
So-
daggers.
we would also
So
be in the
How
daggers.
close
be
was
us.
you because you just did a fairy fire.
On both
getting
of them.
stabbed.
Yeah. It's a 5-foot cube.
That's one.
Just one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then whichever one's closest to them, I'm gonna put it between them and on the closest one, but
Yeah.
in that range.
That's cool.
So it's a 5-foot cube. Creatures inside take 4d4 slashing damage.
And no save?
No save.
Right on.
And it sits there for a minute.
Blah, 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 blah.
And if a creature enters it or starts their turn there, they have to take the damage. So it's just going to be a small cloud of daggers waiting to hurt things.
Right. And it's on one now, so when it starts its
Right.
turn, yeah, that's great.
Right.
All right, cool.
Well, so okay.
What the fuck? This is weird even for me.
So it's when it enters the spell's area for the first time or starts a turn there.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
it's entering it right now because I'm creating it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll some damage for it. Six damage.
All right, 6 damage. 6 of the damage.
It's a lot of little daggers.
All right, it is a lot of
Dagger
daggers, and it's just disgusting as the daggers slice into this thing, slices eyeballs, slices mouths, slices just like a terrible, wretched stench, and just blood of all different colors and hues that splatter out. It's very revolting, but you are doing some damage to it, which is good. And this is still like, it's hard to say how much damage relatively because it's already so
6.
fucked
No,
up.
we can say it.
Yeah, he's relative to
I can actually say it.
So interestingly, this is now their turn. So does that mean it takes another? Because it starts
It
its
said
turn.
when it first enters.
My guess is that it would be the next.
The next
yeah,
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 2 in a row.
It's like
That would
once
seem
per-
like
it's
a
once
double
per
Starts
round.
its turn there, I would assume. Yeah.
So the one that is near all of y'all moves. Let's
That's a
see.
fairy fire one.
No, the fairy fire one is the one closer to you, and closer to actually to Varys. So the one that is actually the closer to you moves towards you, Idle, because you're the nearest person. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm trying to get a little tactical here. It spits first.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, gross.
This is fine.
Yeah, it
That's
spits,
a bad habit on any plane.
right?
Yeah. just rude.
And it flashes out and explodes between you.
What?
Please, each of you, give me a Dex DC 13.
What the shit?
Easy.
Yeah, 16.
All right,
Yeah, that's 18.
Easy
It's
is a number.
Yeah.
that is great because that huge flash of light seems like that would have been no bueno, as they say in Siren. But fortunately, that didn't happen. But then it does actually close the distance and makes an attack Does a 14 hit?
No.
No. I'm insulting you now. All right, fair enough. So then you see that one like come in close. You see that weird flash. There's one that is moving closer. Varys, it also spits at you. And I think you were in between the two, so it can't get the group. So actually, nice job, because you've soaked that up. The spittle comes out. DC 13 dex, please.
18 plus 3 or 2, so 20. Yeah, I
right.
dodged that.
Nobody's failing dexes on this day.
Well, spit.
Well, it's actually
like
this
slow.
weird, bizarre,
It's not like lightning.
light spittle.
All right.
So, but then it does close the rest of the distance with you, and it makes a bite attack, which 15.
My armor class is 15.
So that hits.
Okay.
So one of the many mouths on this crazy profane thing gores into you for 18.
What?
Some damage.
20 points of damage.
Yeah.
Become a bear.
All right.
If he's still standing.
Yeah. And then please give me a strength DC 10.
Strength DC 10. Oh, that would be 3.
So, in addition to that, because of the weirdness of it, you are knocked prone.
Oh.
Now, prone, so you know, is a condition that, and of course I'll get here, prone creature's only move option is to crawl unless it stands up, and therefore ends the condition. The creature has disadvantages on attack rolls while prone, and any attack roll against it has advantage, because you're lying down.
Right.
But so you can crawl away really quick, or you could stand up as your move action, and then keep fighting.
I was going to ask if I could transform as a bear while on the ground.
Is that a bonus action?
It can be either for me.
So not as a reaction, but on your turn you can do that as a bonus action. Yes. And then I guess technically, right? You're already on all fours. Ha ha! You've beaten prone. Yes. You flash. All this shit is going down.
Help!
I am rebuking that violence.
Yeah.
So it's Channel Divinity.
All right, Channel Divinity.
You can use your Channel Divinity to rebuke those who use violence. Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great.
On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
Oh,
Hey.
Do you remember how much it was?
20.
Okay, so what is the save? I love this.
On a save, it takes half that damage.
Okay, so great. What's the save number? What's the target DC? That would be your-
Wisdom.
Right,
Oh.
so it's you.
Yours
So
would be 14.
It's
Spell save.
it would be
10 plus proficiency. Sorry, 8 plus proficiency plus charisma.
8 plus 2 plus charisma.
Okay, so
You've got like plus 5, right?
I have +4 charisma.
Okay, so 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared was ahead of us all.
Sorry.
Here we go. I'm pulling for you, by the way, because some badass shit right
Yeah,
there.
all right.
That's fucking awesome.
14. Come on, low numbers. Boom! Look at that. Epic failure. Awful. So you said 20.
Yeah, it would deal the exact amount of damage back to him.
All right.
And it's radiant.
So here's the thing. This is the first time you've used this ability before.
Yeah.
Give it to the group. Give it to the people at home.
Oh, I literally am very upset that my poor stinky little friend, my tiny stinky little friend, was just enveloped by some weird sandstorm wannabe Cthulhu thing. So I went bonkers.
Boom.
A little too much. Just sort of like rose up and just screamed.
That's a great thing for you.
Yeah.
Boom! You see like actual light pierce out of it. That's a huge amount of damage to it. You can tell it felt that in its mad, unaware state. You were messing it up, but it is still gibbering around.
All right, that's fine.
I have a question. So he has advantage on it because of the fairy fire.
It doesn't affect things that are spell saves.
No, it's a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So then, Idle,
Yes.
top of your order to you. So this is now where you're engaged with this thing in melee, so you don't need to worry about the strength check,
Right.
unless you want to run. But you do need to do the Wisdom DC 10 again.
Oh, jeez.
Right? I know.
Uh,
This is where things get.
okay.
Yeah. Obviously, drop it as soon as you can. But yes, sorry. So
Right.
it says
Right.
it howls.
It howls. Well, I'm gonna cast Sleep.
Okay.
Partially so that this guy doesn't keep attacking me.
That's fair.
Interesting. Interesting.
Well, yeah, he'll do a new save for what it's worth. At the start
Right,
of the
I
next
know,
round.
but
She doesn't know that.
Yep, yep, that's fair.
I will
That
wait
is
for him
more
to
than
make his
fair.
next saving throw.
I
Right?
will roll. Let's see, it's five.
It gets
Five
very
d
tense when you
5d8s.
Yeah.
I can just re-roll a couple, but yeah, sure, there's one.
Here, I got one.
Oh, yay!
That's
All
5.
d8s taken care of.
All different colors too.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
pretty and a good roll.
Let's see. Well,
Yeah, really.
so 14, 17, 20. So 22 hit points worth of people,
All right.
starting with the lowest.
I'm sure this thing doesn't have the lowest.
So I have this many. I can tell you. I have
Or you
30.
tell me.
I have 31
I'm your
hit points.
dungeon master.
Yes.
Stupid tanks.
I have 31 hit points.
Do I have to disclose how many hit points this thing has, or can I,
don't
just
think
say
so. You can
a
just
lot
say
more
whether
than
it
20?
falls or asleep or not.
It does not.
Damn it.
How much
It
was
does
that?
not.
22.
22.
Cool.
Maybe I fall asleep. Can
Right?
Just gonna sit
Just
this one
pass
out.
right out. Oh, bye.
It's gonna curl up here.
You rested too well last night. You're never gonna fall asleep.
Yes.
Oh well, that's fine.
You cast sleep. Nobody slept.
Everybody got such a great sleep last night. Varys, you are now engaged with this thing,
Okay.
and you're pro.
So
First thing, unfortunately, you have to do is make the Wisdom DC 10 because it's constantly glowing.
oh shit. That would be 7.
Are you trained in it for your saves?
Wisdom is my.
Yeah, this is a saving throw, so it's above your skills.
So it'll be +2.
Oh,
I'm sure you're
Wisdom,
proficient
yep.
Oh,
in Wiz.
Yep.
So what? So I rolled a 3,
Oh,
It's gonna be
and then I added 4 to it, which is my wisdom bonus.
right.
you should be adding 6 because you're trained in it. So
Oh,
it's still
So
not
your
enough.
proficiency plus your wisdom. So you should erase those numbers. We'll work on that.
Yep.
We'll work on that later.
But still not enough.
Still not. It's a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
my proficiency plus wisdom, that would be 6 plus 3. No, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, please roll a d8 for me.
Okay. That is, I think, 4.
Okay, 4. You're prone. The sound of this thing in your head is just peeling you apart. It's very hard to form a coherent thought, and you do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lying on the ground, not a bear.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of how this could have gone any worse.
Everything gets very. I say when dice are rolled in real anger, everything gets really serious. Diedrich,
Yeah, so wisdom save.
I see it.
That's a 11.
Yeah, you need
Okay,
a
so I come to my senses. Oh, Idle, you got your bow back. Wonderful. Turn to the other
Oh, it feels
monster.
good to laugh again, only for a moment.
Turn to the other monster and swing my axes at it. The one that
Boom, boom.
has been damaged but not fairy fired.
And he didn't move, so he's inside the cloud of.
Oh yeah,
daggers
do I need
right
to make
now.
a strength save?
What?
The enemy.
Mouther. Oh, because if he attacks the thing that's got the cloud of daggers on it,
Throw
So
your
is-
axe.
The thing that I
Was
put
in
the
the-
cloud of daggers on.
Attacked Idle.
It attacked Idle, but it didn't move.
I
It
thought-
cast. It
wait a
spit
minute.
at her.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's still just sitting inside a cloud of daggers.
correct. It is.
Right, so
Very
I don't
weird
have to go
like
into
that.
the cloud.
Right, you
to
don't
find
have to.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
We always just throw.
I'm
those
not going
axes.
in there.
You should not go.
Right.
It's a cloud of daggers.
It's a cloud. Nature's way.
You can wear your umbrella.
I'm pretty sure that's an illusion. I figured this place out.
The daggers are alive.
Go for it.
It's the dag.
That's pretty good. Alright, so one of my axes is a 24, the other is a 13.
Let me just give it to you guys because you'll never have
Yep.
to worry about this again. It has an AC of 9.
Okay, so I
Oh,
hit it.
jeez.
I hit it twice. So I'm going to turn one of my axes into a goading attack and the other into a distracting attack. So I yell at it.
I
I'm
was
like,
dishing out the
I
madness.
keep moving into its different eyes, trying to make eye contact with it as I hack at it and say, "Look at me! Look at me!" So the two axe attacks were originally.
Sounds like a Muppet.
I love
is
it.
what you're
I love
saying. So we moved from Cthulhu to Beaker.
I'm trying to make it more lovable in case there's a total party kill here. We don't want to.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen.
So it
You're
was,
well in hand.
It was 12 damage originally, plus another 7, and for the other one, another 1, so 20 total.
20 total.
All right, for the goading attack, it has
damn.
to make a wisdom saving throw DC 13.
Mm-hmm.
And if it fails, it has disadvantage if it attacks anyone other than me.
It made it.
It made it? Okay, so it can attack anyone normally.
Which
But for the distracting strike, the next person other than me to attack it gets advantage.
Well,
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
that's awesome. That chunks fly out of this thing. And by the way, one of the last faces that you hack with your axe, because you looked him right in the eyes,
Yeah.
as did you, Idol. You swear you see the face of the traveler you met the day before.
Don't worry, friend. I'll cut you out of there.
Thank you! Ah, madness! Frunk. So, you are engaged also with this funky thing within 20 feet. That sound, the music of the strange gods. Please give me a DC 10 wisdom. Or go with the song of the gods.
I'm safe.
All right, no Swedish death metal for you. That's great. And you are still at range and you're not going to close. So basically, if you want to move, let me know.
If
Otherwise,
I get close enough, I have to do the strength check. But if
And
I
you-
stay at a distance, no.
yes, and that is 10 feet radius. So as long as you stay,
Uh-huh.
you said you were 12 out, or I said you were 12. So as you don't go within 10.
Okay. So I am gonna walk up a bit, but not far enough to trigger a strength check, just to get a little closer to Idol.
Oh, that ground's doughy. Stay
A
right
little
there.
more in teamwork range. And my
You're fine.
so wait, yeah. So there's we're down the alley. One of them went down the other direction towards Barrett.
No, not really. And this is again where sometimes battle mats
Sure.
help. You guys are engaged here. This one's here. This is Varys, and I'm assuming that J Flash and Amok is here. So kind of like this.
And
This is your scrum in here,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is where Varys, and then J Flash, you're down here with Amok, kind of. And so it went and then down.
So I'm going to my nervous humming has evolved into an inspiring battle hymn that is lending bardic inspiration to Idol for her next go round.
Inspiration already. Give it to someone else.
Bardic inspiration.
You
Oh,
can
this is
double.
totally
Oh, I
different.
can't.
This
Oh,
is
I can't.
It's an
much
extra
cooler.
die. It's,
Okay.
it's an extra
Not as nice
die.
as a Manny Petty at that hotel last night.
Yeah, honestly.
But better than a fake Manny Petty.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, so just so you know, that rolls. So once within the next 10 minutes, you can roll. So it's a D. I gave you a D6 to roll to support some of your throws. So you can roll it to add to an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw. And now that I'm in the College of Valor in 3rd level, you could also use it to up your AC against an attack, or to roll it as extra damage when you land an attack.
Perfect. All right. Keep track of all those things for me, please.
Yep. So
loves.
I hymn up some inspiration for Idol, and then I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the
Oh, God, that's
creature of
gonna be
chaos.
really horrible when you think about it. Well, 32 mouths are better than one.
I'm curious how that would
I
sound laughing.
Yeah, how could it be any more unnerving than that if all the mouths had halitosis? That would also be terrible.
The air, it smells.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So make
Probably why
a
they made it.
DC 11 Wisdom save.
I made it, and
Damn
I'm
it.
so sorry because I don't even have a good whiz save.
Well.
I mean, they. I mean,
Let's just
You
say-
self-identify as a gibbering.
now I just put that on the thing. And Mark has the gibbering mouther. Yeah.
I chuckle.
But good buffs on the thing. So yeah, it might actually be that these things are already so freaking crazy that they're extra hard
was
to make laugh.
It was a questionable attempt, but
already
I thought I'd give it a
better,
shot.
Would it kill you to smile?
I saw a smile in there. Mouth number 11.
All right. So here's the deal. First off, it does, and this will be the last turn. It starts its turn in the thing, but it does. So please
Does
roll
start
the
its
blades.
turn on the thing.
Now it's gonna be like, what am I still doing to those blades?
9 damage.
All right, 9s of the damage. All right, and now it does move actually out of that cloud, and it actually engages you, Frunk, because you seem to be so brazenly defying it.
Did it disengage with Idle and I to do this?
Oh! If it does it, then it doesn't do that. If that's a thing, because that's right. Because it's engaged with you, right?
Yeah. It attacked her, and then I attacked it. So if it moves away, we can both react.
Here's my question about that.
Yeah.
So if it to move out of the daggers, it can't
I mean, it can move out of the daggers, but while staying engaged with you
guys,
right?
I mean,
But
if
if it's coming
it
across,
seems-
because I stayed,
Yeah.
far enough away.
and
not to
that's
trigger
fair.
it.
But I'm saying, like,
it can stay engaged with us, but I get out of the dagger.
I know there's no more 5-foot shift, but this just feels like really lame to be like, oh, if it moves 5 feet, it disengages you, even if it's still fighting you.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's
but
only.
I
I think it's only if it moves.
That's
away.
too finicky.
Yeah.
So it's engaging with you still.
Okay.
Very much still engaged, but it just moves out of
Sure.
the daggers. Okay. Ooh. Does it do it? Nope. So it bites you, Diedrich.
Okay.
It makes a bite at you. 13.
Misses.
Yep, it does.
Mouthful of armor.
Oh man.
I'm prone.
This is what it would do too. I can't. This is what it would do. This is crazy like that.
Here comes the second one. Let's see if I'm dead.
Does a 9 hit you?
I'm prone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just
I'm 15.
with advantage. It misses you. Who said mothers can't be cocky? This one clearly was. I rolled a 7 and a 3, and they don't have great combat stats. Wow.
That was a lucky one.
Nobody lays a mouth on this guy but you, Mr. Flash.
No one.
We'll get there eventually. I feel like that's more of a late arc kind of.
Spoilers.
I also took 20 damage from it earlier.
Woo! Party! I am so excited about that. Flash. Flash.
So I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
That is probably wise.
So Shield of Faith.
Oh, it adds +2 AC.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so you have +2 AC.
Okay.
Is what it does.
A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration.
If you want, the shield can look like this. Like
Just-
with your
just-
hand.
just him
Everybody else has a
standing up.
mage hand. You can have one too.
I don't want a mage
All
hand.
right. Even so.
I want mage eyes.
Yes, so you
I have to
conjure the force.
concentrate
But
to do this.
that's awesome. So as long as you don't take damage, that's okay. Like, yeah, and so far so good.
And that's a bonus action, so it's something.
Oh, so you can do something else as well.
I'm gonna move A and I off to the side because you
Right.
drew us in the center of the fucking street. So we're gonna actually
That's
move
true.
to the side.
You want to get outside of the
Yeah.
outside thing. That's good. Also, probably you can tell that there's some weird effect going on that seems localized to these things. So you're probably also staying away from that.
Yep. Keeping them behind me.
Keeping it
behind
real.
the shield.
Idle.
Yes.
Whiz for me, please. DC 10.
Okay.
Boom.
Yep.
She made it.
Boom.
Yep,
You see this
fine.
horrible thing clearly,
Yep.
which is not always good, but in
Yeah.
this case, yes.
So let's see. You did a thing that means
It's-
I would have advantage.
It's distracted by me, so you get advantage.
Right. So I'm gonna attack it with both my daggers. Here's dagger number 1. Oh my god. Well, that misses.
So
Oh
Are you
wait, no,
sure?
the armor class is super low,
It's
right?
super
yeah,
low.
So, yeah, so this is a
Did you beat a 9?
yeah,
Or 9 or better?
yeah,
13.
Well, boosh.
yes, this is-
Yeah.
yes, 13. So that's 1.
So you only get advantage on the first attack.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
And the next one, okay, that's still. I mean, it is a 9, so that still hits.
Mhm.
And so let's see. So that's
Giant
1d8,
sacks of meat in
1d4
mouth.
for dagger, and also my sneak attack damage. I rolled
Oh,
double
yeah, yeah.
4s.
And then whatever
So
shit
it's
you got
pretty
from
good.
Bob.
So
could
10,
he give you
If you
something?
want to add a
15.
d6 to the damage,
Hell
you can.
yes.
Nice.
Nice!
Maxed
Yeah.
bardic damage.
So 21 damage.
21 damage.
Nice.
You have peeled through that thing. It's hard to imagine that this pillar of mouth and meat is still up, but it is, but just barely. There are far less mouths being sassy right now, I can say. All right, Varys,
Cool. Okay.
you are still prone. Oh, DC 10, please.
DC 10.
Whiz.
All right. Okay. I 17, so I'm very good on that one.
What am I doing on the ground?
Ah, what have I done? So actually, I was like this, and then I went, "No, it's not time for planking," and then I spring up. I'm up on my feet now, and I'm like, wow, I'm bloody. So but that's my move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and then at that point,
But now you're up next to it.
now I'm up next to it. So based on the fact that the other one's still alive after all that damage,
Where's our fucking bear?
it's
Sink
motherfucking
your teeth into this thing, would ya?
bear time. Okay, so I transform into a bear and not about to die any longer.
Right.
Right.
Just lovely. So now I'm a bear, but so I've gotten up and that's my bonus action, so that my turn's done, right?
You can still attack.
Yeah, you still attack.
I can still attack.
I know, is that crazy?
Hell yeah, I attack.
5e went hog wild on player option. But I like, actually. I thought
Sheesh.
it was so lame. Third, you said stood
Okay.
up, and that was it.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, now I attack this thing because I'm also a bear.
Right.
So I roll d20 first, right?
Yeah.
16.
You got it.
plus-
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
cool. So hit the guy, and then I'm going to roll a d8. Okay. That would be 7 damage.
7 of the damages.
Yeah. And then
Was that a bite?
that one was a bite. Yeah.
Okay, there is one weird, semi-awkward moment when you bite it. You realize you're actually biting on its mouth, and its one eye looks at you, and now you're locked mouth to mouth. But now you're looking at it, and it's just weird for a second. But then you tear it off. It doesn't matter.
I like the idea.
These are terrible things to bite into. One of the foulest ways to attack it.
And then now I'm gonna claw it because that bite was disgusting.
It was disgusting.
So that's 2d6s. So roll
Roll
1,
your
2,
attack.
Roll
attack
your
first.
attack first.
roll my second. Sorry.
One of these days we'll get there.
One of these nights. So that's 9 plus 5.
I mean, he might as well skip it. He
14.
never misses.
Well, AC 9 especially. That's a pretty
So
good.
14. So
Yep,
I
you
get
got
that
it.
one. All right.
Yep.
So then a roll and 4,
Yep.
and then plus 2, 6. So that's 10 damage.
All right. Wow. Nice.
And I'm like, it's on my claw.
It's all over the place and gross. You're getting there.
Cool.
Not
dead.
Dietrich.
All right.
This is
Wisdom
bad whiz.
save. 10 exactly.
Woo!
All right.
Still holding on to sanity.
Yep. I barely had it when I came in here, so
Right.
it's
Barely.
fine.
Uh,
This situation's getting hairy, so I'm going to swing my
Let's
main.
call this back guy. No, that's dumb too. It's the best. The Jimmery
Swing my axe at the one next to me,
I'll just go poop in the woods.
and I got a.
You gotta hit.
I got a 12 to hit, and it's 4 damage, but I'm gonna do distracting strike again.
You don't have to. Because of
Okay.
the excellent amount of damage that Idle had put into
Okay.
it, it is just
Okay.
a simple strike for you.
So I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
up on it as I land my axe in it and ride its corpse down, and use the momentum to throw my offhand axe at his.
Yes!
holy shit.
Yes!
I like it.
That's a crit.
Yes!
I am going to turn this into a distracting strike because it will also double the D8. So the second, Jesus.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right
So
there.
that's plus 1, 5, 6, 12, 17, 20 damage.
Woo! That is outstanding, Diedrich. Boom! Thunk right into it. Still up, but you clearly have dealt it a grievous blow.
It's also distracted.
Hard to imagine a gibbering rather being distracted.
Yeah.
But so it is. That's great. Frunk. The creature in front of you is no more.
All
It's
right.
just a pile of mouths and what have you. And with that, the area of sand storminess seems to somehow, whatever animus was behind it recedes. And now you just see over there, Varys being beset by one.
So, and I just walk general direction, calmly pull my dagger out and launch it.
So this gets advantage.
Because it's distracted.
Well, that's a 3 without the advantage.
That'll do her.
Okay, so 5 damage.
5 damage. Still standing. But really wailing on it.
Knocked out some teeth.
I mean, it's hard not to.
How close are you to it? Are you within 20 feet of this one? I think that you are. If you walk
Probably,
towards
yeah.
it. DC... Well, actually... No, it won't matter until it gets back to your turn. You'll do it then. And same thing for you, actually, Varys. Because...
Back to me?
Well, no, because it's its turn, so don't
Okay.
worry about it. It'll be on your turn, if it's still there. It bites you.
Again?
A bite for a bite. Is this at disadvantage?
Because it's
of
distracting.
distracting
Because of the
No,
distress.
the distracting strike just gives the next attack
And
advantage.
it gets +2 AC. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, plus 2 AC.
From shield.
20?
20.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll-
okay.
Not a crit, but just like. But
Yeah, that hits me.
Yeah, that-
I'm very big.
Yeah.
All right, I forgot how much freaking damage these guys do.
I have
He's
more.
a
He's
bear
a bear.
now.
He's got a whole
Oh,
new
you're
HP track.
Oh, then I'm not even worried at all.
Does 100 kill you?
15 points of damage.
Okay.
That's like 4
A
damage
mere
in bear
15
math.
points of damage. But it does also, one of its mouths also. It's all of you.
And do our
yeah.
eyes meet up again?
Yes, yes. But this time more longingly. It was as if
It missed
Shiflash.
you.
I don't really like the relationship where it's going right
Right,
now.
you gotta Shiflash.
all right.
It looks like this thing's giving one of your friends a little lip.
Oh.
Oof.
How far away is it?
It's probably about 20 feet away from you. 22 feet. Actually, you pulled away so you wouldn't be localized. Let's go 25.
Man, I guess I could attack it.
That's a novel. Yeah, maybe.
Uh,
I mean, when all else fails.
yeah. Yeah. So I do
It
that.
does look like it's on its last mouths.
Yeah. Let's
on its last lips.
let's try to longsword it. So
To do that, you will actually close with it.
yep,
Okay.
I got it. I
Alright.
don't have a distance.
So before anything else, do the DC 10 as you run in this miasma of madness.
Yeah. Well, I've got.
How is that? I would. Here's the deal. Roll that die. I just want to see what happens.
Why?
Because I just want to see what happens.
rolled a 2. 13.
There's a 13. Okay, you push through. Roll this die again. Damage of flash. This is a DC 10 strength. To flash. You fight through even this.
But-
may I see that die? May I see it forever. We're gonna retire that one. I'm never gonna bedevil you again. So you're up on this thing now, and it's going. Where was your summer die?
All right. Well, I guess I'll swing at it.
You sure will.
I'm gonna get it too.
Watch this be a
Oh no,
one.
you're not.
Yeah, that's a 10 plus
That does
a
it.
whatever 3, 13.
That hits.
Okay.
And how much damage do you do?
1d8.
Here, roll this one.
5 plus
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
6.
6.
So tell me how your longsword bites into this creature.
It doesn't
from...
bite. It's just a straight stab through the smallest mouth, so I can make it larger.
All right, that's
Oh,
good.
and then go back and forth to make it smile.
Like the Chelsea smile.
Why so serious?
Right, exactly.
To
Yeah.
Flash, that was miraculous. From across the street, I could have swore you missed.
You see,
It's very distorted.
I'm gonna get you a die
Yeah.
off stream, my friend.
Okay, great.
I am.
Thank you.
I am. It's gonna be special. The sand drops. Amixul seems visibly relieved, as you can only imagine, because if you died here, probably so would he. How messed up are you? I'm just curious. Actually, this is a DM's question. You're fine,
So much sand in my hair.
right? So, but you
When it
took a
would-
decent amount of
He's,
damage.
as
gonna,
a-
he's gonna get some hands later.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm missing some hands.
Yes, get some pampering back at that hotel. You're good.
Yeah, fine.
Manicure's a little chipped.
Nice. All right, so that's good. That actually helps me doing a little customer research here. Do a little
Yeah,
QA testing.
yeah.
So, okay.
3 mouth monsters appear.
No, I was curious because I
Slightly
actually,
higher armor classes, all of them.
what it really is I'm getting a better idea of where the D&D system says, here's what would be a hard, because it was supposed to be a hard encounter, but I know that that's probably not right. But as it turns out, like most encounters, there's one moment where people go, oh shit, and then pretty quickly the party overcomes, and then it's like, oh, it's all down.
It also, this edition, more than most, really accounts for abilities as resources. So it's, if you do 2 hard encounters without a short rest in between, The second one is way more dangerous than
Right,
the first.
because
Yeah,
I
I don't
assume
have channel divinity.
Running out of-
Right.
Right.
You
I,
mix-
I used up everything except one superiority die.
and that's good to know because this isn't a place for a short rest. In fact,
Except that we will be resting for a week.
Yes.
well, that's true. You will. You'll be thinking what to do. But yeah, actually, I'm just gonna end it here because it's about that time, and I don't have a pithy little piece of text to send off. But it is basically like you're gonna keep going. So when we pick up again, please keep everything the way it is, of course. And yeah, we'll just keep pushing into Brisira and looking for that Siren library next week.
Cool.
Oh,
Can we do, just before we sign off, I want to plug the gauntlet one more time. So those of you who might have joined us after the halfway mark, you might not have heard us give our little spiel, but Monolith is participating in a local charity drive this year in cooperation with Mock Sporting House, which does this every year. They choose a different local charity. This year's charity is El Centro de la Raza. It's a wonderful local Seattle charity that does aid and advocacy for at-risk communities here in Seattle. They've been in operation for almost 50 years. It's a wonderful cause, and we have amazing pledge prizes like this Arkham Knight poster, signed and framed, signed by the devs over at Rocksteady. We have a bunch of other Monolith swag that you can pick up. There's a crossbow that Rabago's going to bring out now. This crossbow
It's traveled the world.
It has traveled the world. It was in Romania or
Apparently,
something.
it's cheaper to film videos in Eastern
I
Europe.
believe Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah.
This,
Very Eastern Europe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Super
They actually have
east.
borscht at the craft services table. I kid you not.
That's amazing.
I wasn't there, no, but
You're
Adam
just like-
King told me later
Yeah.
that this is what it was.
Yeah, so please check out these amazing pledge prizes you can get on the link that we've just dropped into chat. We appreciate any support you guys will give us. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for the host, Abby.
Yeah, Abby.
right as we wrap up.
Bye,
All right,
Abby.
all of the people watching their streams. Next week, Tuesday.
Next week, Tuesday.
Absolutely,
6 o'clock.
Tuesday.
And
yep,
Thursday
Gauntlet
noon,
practice,
we're
yep.
going to do the board game stream again.
Yep.
Noon Pacific Standard Time.
Yep, yep,
right.
yep. We're just streaming
Can
left
help
and
you
right.
lose.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
Good
you
night.
guys.
See you.
Bye.
Ah.